Okay, the live stream should be starting up soon. Please give a moment and make sure it's set on up. A little bit late today. Orc's been holding me over on days I want to stream. Every day I want to stream. Going, going. Kick is going. Issue involving Rumble. I thought Rumble was having issues. Here. Yeah, I thought Rumble aired out. Let me take a moment to fix that. Recording progress live. Yep, Rumble. Pause. Try deleting the stream, creating it. Please give me another moment. Rumble's reloading. Okay, looks like this time it actually did create the Rumble stream. Looked like it was taking a bit of extra time creating it and looked like it aired out overall, but this time it looks like it went a bit more smoothly. Start the Rumble stream. For a couple moments. Fine, in the meantime, I'm gonna check my other computer. Yep, looks like my stream on the other computer appears to be going good. So, let's go and get started. Of course, I have a handful of replays for y'all. I do have a replay that's submitted into me. Yep, it was Donkey, but I will do that second. Let's first start off a 1v1 so I can get a bit warmed up. Knowing him, he may want to join, watch that live, so I may wait a moment on that one. I don't mean to say anything bad about that. But let's go and get started. Looks like I don't have much of a drink nearby, so after this replay, I probably need to grab some other drink. There we go. Now let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires. Hope Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Panzer Elite. We have Good to Go. Spawn on the south side as US Forces of Engo Jeep. Heading grad push way forward. We don't see immediate doctoral lock-in. Looks like just Panzer Grenadiers over here. Let's see what the US player's eyeing. Eyeing for some combat engineers, only eyeing the 2. Kettingrad's eyeing for the fuel point. We got these engineers eyeing for... Looks like they're eyeing for this munitions point here. Based on the movement pattern. This engineer looks like eyeing for this point here. He may be eyeing to push forward to put some wire here. That's not uncommon. And Kettingrad's kept at the fuel point. Panzer Grenadiers not eyeing the capturing this point. This point here will not be in supplies, so he will need to capture up two sectors, this one and either one of these. So I'm gonna get this one supply. It's probably good to capture up this one. Panzer Grenadier probably should push over here to capture that point, but he's eyeing to be aggressive with him. He did build some wire there as predicted. Jeep has blood on the field. And go Jeep, build a Jeep. Good. Gotta fulfill your namesake. He's actually eyeing for this point here. Interesting enough. I would assume he would have gone for the munitions point instead. This Panzer Grenadier is pushed away forward as well. The Jeep does get a bit of damage with the Kettengrad to get a good damage onto it. Panzer Grenadier could ward him away. I don't think he's going to have enough health or enough opportunity to pursue forward. Kettingrad's eyeing for the cutoff point now, and the Jeep is just driving away. The Engineers took quite a bit of damage there. Panzer Grenadiers took minimal damage. Now got the Engineers advancing up forward. He may try to bully around the Panzer Grenadier, prevent him from firing. He does go and knock one of the models into range, these Engineers. And these guys getting knocked around pretty good. Does go and fall back. Not liking that engagement there. Though it did take a bit of damage from both these Engineer squads. Should drop a model there, so it wasn't a clean engagement with the US player. But he did win the engagement nonetheless. Panzer Grenadiers are now engaging this Jeep at close range combat. And the Rifleman squad has seen a bit of damage there. Not Rifleman, Panzer Grenadier. But not a whole lot. Jeep does need a bit of repairs. Do have one Rifleman squad on the field. Second Rifleman squad likely coming out relatively soon. Most time, US players go between 3 and 4 Riflemen. 4 seems to be pretty much the standard. Kettengrad captured that munitions sector now. He's just trying to capture his fuel sector. He will probably get it, but he's going to take some losses. Does capture it, does fall back there. Jeep trying to knock around the Panzer Grenadiers. Rifleman squad advance on forward. There's no additional Rifleman squad to support them out at the moment. He is focused on the Rifleman squad because he's able to get some bleed damage there. He's unlikely to get any bleed damage onto the Jeep. Doing a good job of knocking him around. Additional Panzer Grenadier squad advancing forward as well. Another Rifleman squad now deployed on the field. And quite a bit of damage right now on these Panzer Grenadier and does fall back. Soft retreats at least. Kettengrad does not decapture that point there. Jeep has plenty of health to tango with at the moment. And this Engineer squad is still in the front line for repairs, so he will go ahead and buffer out one of the scratches. And the Kettengrad is eyeing for this fuel point. This Rifleman squad is actually pushing along the left side of the map. He's eyeing for the fuel point, looks like, trying to decapture it. So it looks like they may see a bit of a mutual trade of fuel points, though this fuel point's not in supply for the Panzer player, nor is this fuel points in supply for the US player. Panzer Grenadiers now eyeing to advance forward to this cutoff point. A couple of Panzer Grenadiers are quite wounded, down 2 models each. Of course, got one fresh one with 1 kill. G43 squad now getting hit by the Jeep as well as the Rifleman squad. Additional Rifleman squad now on the field. He's trying to push heavily to the left side of the map. The two Panzer Grenadiers are pushing along the left as well. Jeep does find a bit of fire there on that Panzer Grenadier. These Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward, trying to get a bit damage, and there's going to be 4 Panzer Grenadiers in the not base ceiling. So I was mistaken. Speaking of which, do we see a doctrinal selection just yet? Don't see the camouflage pattern, nothing loaded in the back seat, so it looks like he's not selected a doctrine. Additional Rifleman squad now being deployed out in the field.
Rifle squad has the objective.
Now we got 4 Panzer Grenadier squad, a little bit idle right here. Kettengrad capturing the right side of the map. This Kettengrad is advancing along the left side. Jeep does find it. He could pursue it, but the Flak Irvings back at home will prevent him from going down. So he will get some good damage there, but not enough damage in time before the Flak Irving comes in range.
Looks like we fight
Flame Engineers have been pulled on the field. He may want to get this point decaptured. He's captured all the left side of the map. There is now a forward HQ here, and we do got forward healing as well, so we got a bit of a power play deployed out by the Panzer player. This point is in supply for the moment, but it is soon to be out of supply. There's not a supply sector through there. Rifle squad to see a bit of damage there. It does get the cutoff point there. Flamingers do get forced back. Rifle squad now eyeing for this sector over here, I believe. And we do have this
Ready for battle.
miniature sector being decaptured by the riflemen as well.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Leningrad does see a bit of damage there.
We have finished construction.
Ready to move.
Rifleman squad does see a bit of damage there from the G43 squad, getting a bit of damage onto the Kaliningrad as well.
Our front lines are collapsing.
And the Kaliningrad will go down, I believe. Should go down. That roll to bounce there. Jeep should be able to pursue it. We've got the Pentagoners inside the garrison there. It does put the forward healing as well. Flame Engineers can be very useful clearing out. He could push the Flame Engineers across the road
Enemy
and
unit down.
does go ahead and take the Kaliningrad. He can push the Flame Engineers into the road and force further ground into the garrison. Oh, at least he can do that in Company Heroes 2. Not sure about Company Heroes 1. Flame Engineers do fall back there.
Put her in gear.
Supply lines are broken. We have
Sorry
territory
about that.
out of supply.
Ready.
Engineers advancing forward, severely wounded. They do get a bit of good damage down the Kaliningrad. He can't be losing both of them like this. He does fall forward in order to get towards his Panzergrenadiers. And the engineers are eyeing to go towards this rifleman squad. So far, both players have minimal control of the map. The US player does have more control at the moment when it comes to resource income. And now the engineers are probably going to get wiped out.
Eyes on me, infantry.
He needs to get around this onto this
Infantry
road
squad
and
reporting
retreats back, but couldn't make it that far. We have a supply yard being plotted on field. Looks like he is not eyeing for a triage center at the moment, so he may be eyeing for a faster Greyhound.
They're taking one of our points.
Kaliningrad has been repaired on up, but do have the Jeep pushed way forward as well. And this rifle squad decapturing that fuel point. No additional structures for the
Supply lines
Hensley
are
player at the moment. He's eyeing just for a
Territory
bit of
cut
man
off from
spam.
supply.
Supply yard has been completed. And we do see the motor pool being deployed on the field as well.
Just tell us what you need us to do.
Rifleman squad do fall back to the light cover. Over here we do have this Rifleman squad behind some light cover as well.
We're taking some heat. Who wants
A bit damage on the Jeep. And Grenadier squad does fall back. Rifle squad advances forward and does get forced back there. Does drop a model.
Motor pool is ready.
Fresh motor pool now deployed on the field and is eyeing for an AT gun, which is usually a good safe assumption. Do not have the company now be deployed on the field. You should have a sizable fuel reserve at the moment. He does have a decent fuel reserve. Actually, a lot less than I would assume. He must not have been maintaining the fuel points all too well.
Target captured.
Rifleman squad advancing forward. The Panzergrenadiers do force back that rifleman. Just too many squads in this region for the rifleman to stick around.
The enemy has moved against one of Germany's victory points.
So no triage center here. This rifleman squad a little bit idle. And this rifleman squad does fall back as well.
Our supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply. Infantry section ready to move out. Orders coming. Form up.
Well, we do have no music playing at the moment, so let's switch back to the US player. US player has consumed his fuel reserve. There's now a Greyhound in the build queue. No additional upgrades in the supply yard just yet. And this rifleman squad does get forced back
Losing ground out
from
there.
this Panzergrenadier. Looks like the US player is signed to force fire, destroying... Oh, no, destroying the garrison Putting some good holes in the housing, so he is going to get it destroyed given enough time. And do have a Panzer support command. Is that going to be a light AT track? A light AT track to be on the build queue and a mortar half track. We've got more rounds running into the house. Rifleman squad's advancing on forward, trying to gauge this Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back.
Grenadiers, ready. The enemy
And
is
still no
attacking
music
a
plays.
patrol
Switch back to the US player. Still don't know which doctrine for both players just
Ready
yet.
for battle. Objective
Panzer Grenadiers push me forward. Got 4 Panzer Grenadiers in this region. Greyhound does find these units. Does take a bit of chip damage there. Maybe his armor scrimps weren't fully upgraded before he engaged these Panzer Grenadiers. And the Ford HQ has gone down. Had made minimal use of it, but did provide some great field control. It was hard to estimate how good it was. His opponent decides not to engage it, so he minimizes losses with it. Now the landmine now being pulled out right there to help Polygon Eye to prevent any sort of 222 from diving on in. But of course, he doesn't have a 222. He will spot the light tap track there. The Jeep does see a nice shot. And do have another landmine put on the field, so use players eyeing for a good number of landmines, which I do like to see. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward. Rifle squad immediately falls on back. Mortar half track roaming around. And now I do have a fresh sniper to pull on the field.
We have a threat to our victory point.
Panzer Grenadiers are decapturing this VP now.
Supply lines
Mortar
are
half track raiding some mortars in the riflemen. This rifleman squad starting to engage the Panzer Grenadier. More mortars raining on in.
broken. Forward
And the
supply
rifleman
lines
squad
are
does
broken.
fall back now. Snipers advancing on forward.
Crew, look alive.
We got a full combat load.
Triage center going on up, which will give good health regen.
Posts report we
No
are losing
supply
the
yard
sector.
upgrades just yet.
57mm at your service.
And we do have the AT guns set up right here. Ollie is in range of the light half track, rather than not just trying to find the
Losing ground out.
units there. Panzer Grenadiers getting a bit of damage onto the M1 AT gun, but nothing too significant. Over here, do have the sniper finding a point-blank shot on the Panzer Grenadiers. That's a little bit dangerous. Sniper does fall back as
Supply
well.
lines are
Not
broken.
realizing the Panzer Grenadiers also fall
Cut off
back.
from supply.
Rifleman squad advancing forward, trying to engage the Panzer Grenadiers. Right now, the Panzer player has control over a majority of the map. Rifleman squad's pushing way forward, trying to engage the Panzer Grenadiers. More Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward, and good damage onto this Panzer Grenadier.
Supply
One
lines
Rifleman
are
fall back,
broken.
one
We have
Panzer
territory
Grenadier
out of
falls
supply.
back. Light TF track just firing some shots, rolls some misses. And the AT gun does go ahead and hit the light TF track. Light TF track does fall back in time. And now it's taking some shots there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Sniper does find a hit. She's making this advance, which will draw some fire there, but taking a lot of hits. Or half track eyeing for a barrage onto the AT gun.
We're heading this thing to damn death trap.
And it looks like the Jeep does get fully immobilized there. I don't think that's from light TF track. Well, it's probably from small arms fire. Light arms fire detonator right there from a stray mortar. Jeep does go down. Flame engineer does force back the G43 squad. Greyhound's advancing forward, trying to get some hits there onto the light TF track. Now over here, Rifleman squad advancing forward, trying to get some shots there on the Kaliningrad. Now do have a 222 now pulled on the field.
Point is ours. Let's say we lock it down.
Engineers ready to roll.
Rifleman squad, see a bit of damage there. Up here, do have a mortar half track, another 222, light, and 2 light TF tracks now. Is that going to be another 222? Yeah, another 222. So here we're going to see 3 222s. We do have 6 Panzer Grenadiers, 1 mortar half track, and 2 light TF tracks. So a lot of light mechanized and motorized.
Burn them out. We now have incendiary grenades at our disposal.
Incendiary grenades can be thrown. Do we see a doctrinal lock-in just yet? Nope, nothing just yet.
Ready to execute orders.
And now we do have this Rifleman squad eyeing for the munitions point. The VP has been captured on up. And we do have just a Rifleman squad on this side, this garrison. And this Rifleman squad does fall back.
Armored car reporting for duty. Already executing orders.
Rifleman squad does fight behind the heavy cover there.
Was ist los?
Research has granted us the ability to perform advanced repair. Infantry is
Oh,
now
we do have
available
another
for
doctrinal
comfortable
lock-in.
air.
The Luftwaffe ground forces. He does have advanced repair as well. Advanced repair could be useful versus the amount of vehicles he has. They're pretty paper armor though, so they don't take long to auto repair up. So they will just take a couple taps of wrench and they're good to go.
Be ready for orders.
Got 4 Panzer Grenadiers in this region. Got a Flame Engineer and the 2 snipers to put on the field. Let's find a couple shots there. They split their shots as well. Rifle squad advancing forward. Flame Engineer does fall back. Only the US player has access to sticky bombs at the moment. Does roll a miss there on the 222 with the AT gun, M1 AT gun.
Rifleman!
On your right, coming up from behind. Stand our damn ground here.
And the Panzer Grenadier does capture the point there. Rifle squad does fall back.
All right, men. Time for the fight.
More of the hedge line is now going on down. Wait. I don't know why. It sounded like that he destroyed the hedges just by walking into it. Could have been just the rubble rolling around. Rifle squad immediately falls back. Does not want to tangle with 2 222s.
Welding, shooting, and sleeping.
Greyhound in the region. Engineer does try to place a landmine there. Does get fully cancelled. There's also a camouflage Kettengrad here, so you saw the whole thing.
Sniper ready for battle.
In which it is possible that Kettengrad to both spot the sniper and the AT mine. Good hits there. Destroyed engine crit. Immobilized. AT gun does find a shot there. Fires another shot.
Enemy unit down.
Light cap track does go down. The 222 is of course dead in the water, but he can defend himself and his buddy here. 222's main gun now destroyed. Oh, and the snipers may got the kill there. Sniper killed themselves in light vehicle there. Let's give it a shot there. More engine crits running on in from the mortars, making so he really can't move. I know it doesn't stack, it's just my little stupid way of saying he does not want to make him move. Rifle squad is seeing quite a bit of damage there. Rifle squad looks like we'll get wiped out. He's focused over here. We got incendiary grenades thrown. Rifle squads to make the advance. Stick bomb being thrown on both these light vehicles. Does wipe out that one Panzer Grenadier.
Get back in the fight.
He did save the other rifleman squad. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward. We'll find this landmine. And oh, those are butterfly bombs. At first, that was going to be off a power shoot, but that's not the case. Greyhound has gone down. Carbine defense model gains some shots on the butterfly bombs.
Enemy unit down.
And there goes that light ATF track as well. Good kills there. Even taking time to kill off the carcasses. Remember, the Transport Command can deport out the Bergantigas. Gulfstream Jaegers now being brought on in behind this AT gun to quickly kill it off. This player has 5 command points. He definitely now knows what the options opponent's gone for. He may have had inkling from it based on the mortar half-track shots and light T half-track shots.
Casualties being reported.
And he's going to take time to butterfly bomb the AT gun. Ooh, nasty. We do have a minesweeper sweeping those mines. He does spot those butterfly bombs. He doesn't have a minesweeper in this region, but yeah, that's what I thought. He can go in, push for the engineer, and force fire the ground to blow them up. Not a good minesweeper, but a way to sweep for mines without using your feet. A couple more butterfly bombs still in this region. And he is destroying some of them. He really doesn't want to push forward snipers in that region.
Minefield clean!
Engineers get the piss pounded out of them.
Does find some good damage there. Rifleman squad does get suppressed and falls back. AT gun push way forward. 2 trying to force these guys back. They have another engineer with a minesweeper now pulling the field.
Listen up.
They can be pretty good with the FG-42, but unupgraded, yeah, they're not that
We
great.
have aerial recon capabilities.
They do have access to the Panzerfaust strafing support. Does get them all pinned. Very good. Fulton because advancing them forward. The biggest strength is probably the field deployment capability, where you can use as an instant flanker. That's probably where most of the cost is justified, is the ability to win a certain engagement.
Squad ready.
Paradrop reserves are now available.
More paratroopers can now be called on in. Orders raining on in. There's some more butterfly bombs that can be swept. Taking time to destroy more of the hedge line.
Part of the war.
And he's now also have the Luftwaffe ground forces available deployed on field. He has enough munitions for more butterfly bombs. If he really wants to slow down his opponent, he could probably just throw them maybe on top of the VP.
Achtung, enemy forces are attacking our
More
petrol
AT gun
depot.
shots trying to destroy this carcass. Carcass destroyed. And now the flame engineers do fall back. Destroys the carcass there as well. Very nice. Right now he currently has 2 spawn field and 1 mortar half track. A rifleman squad does fall back from the Fallschirm Jaegers.
Ready for instructions.
Rifleman squad down to 3 models. I think that one may have been used to recapture the AT gun. This rifle squad could advance forward as well, but there's a good number of Panzergrenadiers over here.
Was ist los?
Ready for mission orders.
Penegrad's still spawning around. Got some butterfly bombs being
The
brought in
Americans are
somewhere.
capturing a sector.
He's bringing them over here, trying to protect this VP. He does have some Fallschirm Jaegers in the region.
Target captured. Waiting to move on.
Multiple camouflage Kettengrads in the region.
Was ist los?
The 2 just trying to keep this flank secure.
We are coming under fire!
Rifleman squad and Minesweeper engineer pushing their way forward. Wards away the mortar half track.
Vehicle ready for action.
Another 2-2 now deployed on the field. I think that would be 2-2 number 5, maybe number 6.
Scheiße. The enemy is stealing a victory point from beneath our noses.
We await your command.
Bit more damage there. Flamingers do fall back. Minesweeper engineers do get some more butterfly bombs there. They did spot still a couple more camouflage there. The Minesweeper engineers do fall back now. Rifleman squad advancing forward, trying to throw a sticky bomb onto the rifleman. Light TF track advancing on forward. Ooh, good mortar hit there onto the rifleman squad. Watch just the camera angle there. Camouflage Kettengrad making his advance. Does get spotted there by the retreating rifleman squad. Light TF or the mortar half track does not get a shot there. Does fall back to the snipers since he didn't want the light TF track to pick them off. Does spot the Kettengrad as well. Sets up the AT gun and does not get any more hits. Does spot some more butterfly bombs over here. 52 getting pursued by the rifleman. Should be able to deal with the rifleman squad, but the rifleman squad probably will get a sticky bomb off. And the rifleman squad will probably be forced back relatively soon. We got more butterfly bombs being brought on in, trying to mine up this area. These panzer grenadiers are pushing way forward.
Steady up, squad.
Ready to execute orders. Yeah.
Rifleman squads making their way forward. One minesweeper in the region as well, which will be used for these butterfly bombs. Good chunk of them right there. Here's some more mortar hits raining on in, but looks like he is just trying to barrage an area. I'm not sure what he's trying to hit. Maybe an area where he thought he saw a landmine being built. Another 222 now deployed on the field. And we've got these rifle squads advancing forward. And we've got the minesweeper engineers sweeping these butterfly bombs now. Looks like all of them has been spotted. Maybe not one over there. The two receiving a bit of fire there, trying to go forward. Some sticky bombs, got some folks maybe over here, getting some damage onto those minesweepers. This two receiving quite a bit of damage with the AT gun. AT gun line push another shot. Reloaded, fires, whiffs. Oh, but he does lose this one here to the sticky bombs. More of the butterfly bombs are being swept. Most of them have been swept there. Straight from red does come forward to force back to these Panzer Grenadiers. Rifleman squad is on good start to capture the point there. Another troops making his advance. AT gun is still in the region there. May want to fall back. It's a little bit wounded. Now I got the Fallschirmjäger falling him back now. Or making his way forward. Ugh. The rifleman is falling back. One shot down the Fallschirmjäger, does fall back now, severely wounded. Definitely does need a medic.
Vehicle has been destroyed in action.
And the Kettengrad there does go down. You can use a Bergen Pika to recover the Kettengrad. That's a cheap carcass there, not a Kettengrad. And that's a living ATF track. We do have one squad of Fallschirmjägers and one squad of G43 Panzer Grenadiers in this region, though the G43 Panzer Grenadiers is down to 2 models. There's our squad's eyeing for the flank. Got mortar half track. Could receive some fire from the rifle squad. Maybe on advance forward to face sticky bomb.
Reinforcement here. The motor hot track is ready.
Ready for O group.
Yes, sir. We read you. Work done, sir.
Rifle squads do see big damage there. AT gun does get a good hit there on the 222.
The enemy has destroyed one of the comfortable vehicles.
Another 222 does go down. He's been getting a good number of them killed.
Seizing territory from us.
Now, do we have a verbal one deployed in the field? The AT gun will still be useful in this situation. Rifle squad trying to charge their way forward to get a sticky bomb off. Over here, do have the Kettengrad does find a landmine there. It does. They got another 52 there, I think. Kettengrad in this region does still camouflage there. Will get refueled. Minesweeper or Flamer Engineers trying to deploy down some landmines. More
The
AT gun
enemy
shots
has
there onto
300
the
points.
half track. More supply drops raining on in. He may pick up a 30 cal. Mortar would not be useful, but 30 cal in this situation could be useful. Does get out some airborne squads. I probably eyeing for some recoilless for rifles. Rifle squad now seeing a bit of autocannon fire there from the 2-2. Leningrad is camouflage his way forward. We'll spot everything for these Panzer Grenadiers and Fortune Jaegers. Due to AT gun has been spotted, so the AT gun may get a shot off from 2-2, but it's still out of range. Got the Volvo enforced back the Minesweeper squad there. I think all the butterfly bombs have been cleaned on up. There is, of course, a US landmine there. Minesweeper squad does get wiped out. Good little pick. We're seeing it will allow them to pull out some more butterfly bombs and go and explode as they want. Minesweeper Leningrad does spot the landmine there. Did getting too close to the landmine reveal the Leningrad? Because it looked like he was still moving at the same speed. We do now have some airborne paratroopers deployed out with recoilless rifles. Rifle squad now falling back there.
Engineer squad, look alive!
And now we do have some FG-42s out on the field as
Munitions
well.
point under attack.
The US player does have enough munitions for a strafing run.
We got contact!
Deployed. It's all the same to us.
Ocean Makers not upgraded at the moment. A bit of fire there. G43 squads will see some literal fire. The repulsor rifles could start hitting down that verbal one. Two snipers right there. Hunter Grenadiers receive a bit of damage there from the airborne squads. They do see the singular grenade there. Getting them wounded is probably be very handy because it makes it so the next engagement they get kill them off quickly and does do not have time to reinforce. Good shot there onto the verbal one. For some seconds. Yep, I can occasionally. I've sort of been just more focused on what's on the field.
Grenades have arrived.
Rifleman squad does get chewed up by the 2-2. Does go and destroy this housing there. It may have been a general A move forward. It may have hit the structure. Yeah. Light half track now seems to fire there. Light half track does go down. And you have this 2-2 in this region with the full Jaeger. Gives support. The 2-2 does receive a sticky bomb there. Damage into crit. Rifleman squad advancing forward. All Jaegers may want to focus on to the Rifleman squad and send regular frag grenade thrown. And the Rifleman squad does fall back there. All Jaegers are quite wounded, but they will rip apart the engineers. You see here the field
Forces
patrol
are taking casualties.
is looks like most of it's in the control of the allies at the moment, and we do have the allies also getting the Hansleit's cutoff point there. Just to blitzing his way forward. We got this engineer unupgraded, getting annihilated, trying to overrun the snipers and to the AT gun there. Does overrun the AT gun, doesn't find any snipers at the moment. Just wants to make sure that goes down so he can move around with impunity.
Power supply station secure.
2-2 trying to crawl his way at home.
Get your kit and form up.
And the Volkswagen squad is retreating back, and it cannot repair up the 2-2. We do not have the M1 AT gun now being focused down by the various
Fuel point is being
autocannons.
seized.
Engineers do fall back there. And Flame Engineers and Rifleman squad falls back as well.
Ready to go. On your right, coming up from behind.
Notice that the Leningrad is kept at this victory point, but probably could eye for the strategic point sooner rather than later. And right now, the US player does have a staggering amount of munitions stored on up. He will maybe have soon enough for a large number of bombing runs. but most people just deploy strafing runs. The Panzer League player does have quite a bit of manpower sort of, but does not have activated Panzer Battle Group. I don't see any research at the moment as well, so I'm not sure how close he is towards the activated Panther Battle Group. So also going for non-Panther items probably be fine, since verbal wins. His opponent is pulling out infantry, might as well get infantry fighting vehicles.
Close. Grenadier reinforcement completed.
More butterfly bombs being brought on
Americans are
in.
seizing
This is on a
territory
good
from
spot
us.
for us, bit of a choke point.
Keep them.
This player right now only has 0 minesweepers on the field, which is very important. Level 2 production has just been completed as well, so he is now have full amounts of manpower available. And that is a strafing run over there. Looks like he may detonate a landmine, does miss his Fallschirmjäger. And his other one just get pinned, not a whole lot of damage onto it. Rifle squad pushes way forward to see a bit of fire.
We're losing ground out there.
Left element, moving up.
Trying to get some good AT gun shots onto the Fallschirmjägers, but not doing all too well. Another carcass does go down there.
On your right, coming up from behind.
We're back in full fighting strength. Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Ready for battle.
Rifle squad has captured the VP.
Airborne, ready for action.
Minesweeper squad has been upgraded. Very necessary against Luftwaffe ground forces.
Screaming eagles here.
The object, Mando.
Airborne squad.
Commando.
Seeing a bit of autocannon fire there. Of course, can be reinforced on the field.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
AT gun and various other forces are on advance on forward. And we've got some more supply drops being brought on in as well. 5% Veteran C3 and Veteran C2. And there is a kind of grad there to spot them shortly. But nothing to do in the region to capitalize on it.
Paratroopers on point.
Right now, the Panzer League player does have minimal control. Will be able to get some inkling of field control, but right now he is a little bit behind. When it comes to VPs, however, the Panzer League player is ahead.
Breaks over. Back to the war.
Rifle making their advance.
Ready to fight, sir.
On fire here.
And this rifle squad does fall back. You bet the PE is going to lose because forcing on Panthers. Let's see now. I don't see Panther research or Panthers able to be called on in. We do have more to do. So it doesn't look like he's going for Panthers.
Ready.
Grenade has been thrown. Fallschirmjägers do dodge it.
Ready for
Fallschirmjägers receive some damage there, but the sniper fire is a bit disconcerting for them. Another 2 more shots will be raining in relatively soon. Does miss that shot and does fall back now. Ooh,
Set. Over.
wait, that's not a grenade.
Enemy position.
That was a demolition charge. He really wanted him dead. I thought, if that would have been a red grenade, that probably would have got the wipe there, because they did not move for quite some time. That was a full demolition charge there. The grenade may have been on cooldown, or maybe that was just a misclick.
The vehicle has been destroyed in action. Panzer, we're losing a fuel depot.
Choose
to the
advance
enemy.
or verbal one and
Eradicated.
to getting some good damage there. Repulse rifles do fall back. The powder get wiped out. Rifleman squad does get suppressed. Repulse rifle does get wiped out. Rifleman squad gets wiped out. 2 dropped weapons there.
Completed.
And that does give them eventually 2 Fallschirmjägers. Now they can start ripping stuff apart. They do pick themselves up a bar. I'm not sure how bar is compared to FG-42s, but right now they're all firing FG-42s as they're all slot items. Great hits there onto the rifle squads. They do fall back, dropping another model there. He does escape off both those squads there. That's quite a bit of losses there. Probably better to pick up those bars with the Panzer Grenadiers since they're actually able to use
Squad
them.
is gathered and ready.
52s now. Oh, that's a Flak 88. I don't think the Flak 88's a good idea. It would be very effective for the AT gun, that's for sure, but that's about it.
Standing by.
He could have gone Panthers ages ago if he wanted. He floats 1,000 manpower most of the game. He has all the fuel in the world. He's not spending more resources. Oh, he's at PopCap. There's also a bit of a problem where he's been in PopCap for quite a bit of the game. He probably could have used... Oh, there's some good hits there on the M1 AT gun. His issue may have been population. I haven't really been paying attention to the his population all too much. The Rifleman squad's advancing forward, trying to get a bit of damage there on these 2-2s. Flak 88 does actually get a direct hit there, getting a kill. To receive quite a bit of damage there. Got some butterfly bombs here to protect his Flak 88 from being overran by Riflemen. Oh, we got now straight run coming on in. Oh, is that a bomber run? It was a bomber run, but it got shot down. And I don't think it was shot down by the Flak 88. It only dropped one bomb there. But now we got a Sherman tank on the field. And the Sherman tank this one times could be excellent because the Panzer player has nothing to gauge the Sherman tank other than that Flak 88 on the far right side of the map. We actually did get decrewed by the single bomb right there. Sherman tank's making his advance. He does find some butterfly bombs. This is fine. Does not pull out light half track at the moment. Does throw some rounds there on the mortar half track. Over here we do have another 2-2s advancing forward and over on the snipers. One of them does get stick bomb down.
Enemy unit
One sniper's down. Well, the other 3 snipers still alive. Gonna repair up these 2-2s. Got the M1 AT gun does take out that 2-2. You may want to take out the recapture up the. I know you have to sacrifice a squad because you guys only have 3 models there. Both of them. 2-2 now seeing some fire there from the Sherman tank. Rolls and miss there on 2-2. Sherman tank going to be firing one more shot. Nope. Flak 88, that's trying to hit a recon aircraft. Rolls a miss there, or whiff. Couldn't really tell. Oh, well, looks like another airborne squad dropping on in somewhere. Right there. Going for close rifles as well. The US player's down to minimal manpower. Has enough munitions for a bomb and run, but there's a lot of anti-aircraft on the field. You got the 2 Flak Irvings in the field, as well as the handful of 2-2s and the Flak 88.
300 points left.
He has 5 units of anti-aircraft. Sherman tank getting repaired on up. The Sherman tank can be very useful. Right now, the US player does have 2 VPs captured. This one and the right one. He can use Panzerfaust from... Oh, got potential strafe support now being brought in on right at the Sherman tank. Does get good hits there. Panzerfaust maybe coming in. Nope, does take it out with the the HS-129B3. All the face fortune makers do fall back. There's still some butterfly bombs in the region. This point is being decaptured. Nothing on the field queue there. Rifle squad has seen a bit of fire. Stick bomb has been thrown. It does get fully immobilized there. This player is soon have enough munitions for another strafing run. Not going for many vehicles in the moment. Recoilless rifles do roll and miss there. I think recoilless rifles are pretty inaccurate versus 2-2s, aren't they? An AT gun does go down to the Flak 88. Does get a hit there. Rolls and miss there. It looks like this airborne squad does drop a recoilless rifle there, and the other one's blitzing him down now. Rifle squad may be able to get stick bomb off. And he does... Oh, that landmine that was there a long time ago has been stripped. I'm pretty sure the Kenigrad also even discovered as well, just never had time to clean it up and forgot about it. So we got some damage to 2. So
Sector
got
being
a
captured.
airborne AT gun being dropped on him.
Taking fire from enemy armor!
AT gun has been put on the field, will likely get overrun by the whirlwind.
Squad under fire!
The short engine crit there onto the 2-2. And now the AT gun just getting encircled.
Shit! Fire!
Casualties being bases under enemy fire.
I think Club Heroes 2 did airborne squads, and a lot of the elite infantry squads a little bit better in my opinion.
Order! Fuck! We're pinned! They got my arm! Fuck!
Let's get some good hits there. Airborne squads just getting reinforced. Of course, if only one repulsed rifle, we have a bit of trouble there. He could use the airborne squad to recapture it. The rifle squad's getting focused down. He does have 4 models now. Make that 3 now. Make that 2. Make that 1.
Forward placements.
Now the squads are falling back.
The men are
It looks like the rifle squad has picked himself up a repulsed rifle.
Our
It is
forces are taking
veteran C2 as
casualties.
well. Not getting
We have a
reinforced
secure
bonus out of
sector
manpower.
under attack.
You got the bomber running in it. He's not paying attention. Does lose a good chunk of those forces there. Not paying attention. Though he does have some manpower to replace with. He does have a good amount of squads in the field. The US player, not so much. Not to mention he really lacks anything to gauge those verbal wins.
Confirm our readiness.
Ready to pass on order.
Paratroopers ready for orders.
Send your mission orders.
AT gun has been
We have
recruited.
succeeded in diminishing the enemy's points to 200.
Now those AT guns are now seeing a bit of auto cannon fire. There's also a drop bar there, which these hands grenades could pick them up.
Captured as orders. Squad regrouping on point. Scout car ready for combat.
The men are eager to fight.
Another 2-2 being deployed on out. AT gun does get destroyed. There's some butterfly bombs here as well. Those butterfly bombs will be used for protecting his Flak 88. Does see the hit there, has plenty of health to work with. Fires it up into some butterfly bombs there. And does go for a demolition charge there. May want to fully withdraw now. It's took quite a bit of damage on the retreat. Does destroy the Flak 88, but likely these guys are going to get wiped out in retreat. Airborne squad gets wiped out. And the rifle squad does escape on out there. 2-2 does see a bit of damage as well. Or nope, that AT gun shot didn't miss or whiff. Sniper may get a kill here, a wipe. Nope, it does not get a shot off. Rifle squad advancing forward. 2-2's now pushing towards the right side of the map. And its rifle squad does throw a frag grenade there, but fails and needs to fall back now. Rifle squad does get wiped out. Answer which he probably had a medic station. It looks like he does go back of the game now.
We're down to 100 points. They're
And
hitting.
that is the end of the replay. This is great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I start the next replay, I do need to get a drink because I'm getting a little bit thirsty. One moment, please. There we go, much better. So let's go and get started. I do have another replay. Well, I do have plenty of replays, I should say. But I do have a replay actually submitted to me by a user through my Gmail. So let's go ahead and do it. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Club Heroes 1 replay. This one was submitted into me. Spawn on top right side as the British forces, we have Dunkey. Spawn on top left side as the US forces with 658480404 AKWJ78. What the hell is that name? Spawn on bottom right side as the Panzer forces, we have Vercingetorix. butchered that name even worse. And spawned as his other Panzer Elite ally, we have Taylor. Spelled funny.
Let's get on with it, lads.
Officer reporting
Scope rifle squads eyeing to get to... Oh, they're just cutting off the... capturing the cutoff point there. Not really eyeing for any particular sector towards 4 HQ I can see.
Standing by.
You also have a left-hand plot on field. Kaliningrads are capturing up the central fuel points. And now we do have a bit of fire onto the Kaliningrad. Does force him back right there. AP being captured on up. We do got these two Panzer Grenadiers push way forward. Over here, got Panzer Grenadiers just capturing the back line. The Kaliningrad captured the middle part of the map now. We're going to see another engagement over here. This time with something they can shoot back. Panzer Grenadiers eyeing for the garrison. This side of the building only has 2 windows, so hard to see. There's a big tree in the way, so it's not great. Only 1 unit should stay inside of there. The other unit should stay out. There's also some heavy cover there for the fight from, so it's probably a good idea for either side. We're just going to just fall back and engage these Kaliningrad. Left-hand now in the region to support out the Scope Rifle Squad. And we also got these Panzer Grenadiers trying to push the way forward as well. Lieutenant could be eyeing the capture or capture the ammunition sector. He could try focusing down, but he does go ahead and soft retreat some way to make it so he doesn't draw any fire. And the Scoper squad falling back. He needs to get his other intersection over in this region.
Ammo resources captured.
Rifleman squad does capture the central or the left northern VP. Panzer Grenadiers in this region. On the wrong side of this wall there. And now Panzer Grenadiers are trying to push the right side of the map.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
And let's the Panzer Grenadiers eyeing to advance on forward over here. Or maybe just stand there. Rifle squads will probably get a bit of shots off now. Or the Panzer Grenadiers. And we do have an early MG emplacement. And I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Ugh. Panzer Grenadiers do get forced back there. The Panzer Grenadier squad in its cutoff point is capturing it up. The Rifle squad is behind some heavy cover there. We also have a unupgraded squad inside this garrison. It appears only a handful of windows are firing. Looks like just the 3, maybe even the 4th one there. Panzer Grenadiers are inside the garrison. Only 2 windows on this side as mentioned beforehand. Okay, that's a better spot? Yeah. No good way to really look at that. Instructions advancing forward. This should be a good engagement for the British player. He's capturing the point is with his engineers as well. I wonder. No forward HQ there. I was half expecting a forward HQ being deployed out. He does have the Comp-Groove Company deployed out on the field as well. Oh. With a mortar half-track on the way, Kaliningrad advancing forward. No apparent doctrine to be locked on in. Nor over here. Likely one of them will go for Scorched Earth. I'm guessing Scorched Earth Luftwaffe ground forces. That's just a guess, though. T-43 squad seemed to fire. Got this squad fighting behind the well. He could use polydesignated marksman there to force one of them out. There's 1 man left in this building as well. Does fall out of the garrison now. Does swap it out with a higher health squad. The other squad does fall back. Lieutenant go around the flanks trying to capture some sectors. Over here got the Panzer Grenadiers engaging the riflemen. Rifleman squads advancing forward. Seems a good time for a frag grenade, but Paula did not have that research. Yep, but he is going... He's purposely building a mortar squad. Interesting. I can see that being useful versus Wehrmacht. Panzer Elite players tend to have a bit more static or mobile Panzer Grenadiers rather than static weapons or support weapon teams. So a US rapid deployment, so he's gone for armor. But he has deployed out a mortar team, which I'm a little bit confused about, honestly. Bren squad does drop a Bren. He does fall back. Didn't pick time to pick up that Bren. 2 advancing forward, trying to engage this rifleman squad. Rifleman squad does fall back to there. And all this Panzer Grenadier is trying to pick himself up a Bren.
Johnson, you're on the flamethrower.
Does need to fall back there. Does fall back there. We do also have this Scooper squad eyeing for the cutoff point. This will deny the income for the munitions and fuel point.
They're taking one of our points.
Leningrad and 2-2 advancing forward. The 2-2 is not fully healed.
We're losing them as fast
The mortar team's now receiving a bit of fire there.
He is in. Troops can now make
Sticky bombs not available, but these engineers don't have sticky bombs. And the mortar team will escape on out there. Bit of damage on the armored car, but nothing too significant. And now these engineers are falling back as well. We do have these Panzer Grenadiers moving around. Panzer Grenadiers back here. Bit of damage there onto the MG place. It'll take a bit of time to get go down. So now there's 2 2-2s here. One of the Panzer Grenadiers do get suppressed. Both of them do get suppressed. And they are now out of arc, so they're fine for now. Gotta be careful. Getting this too close, I always have a feeling that 2-2s will get some friendly fire damage on each other. Or apparently this one there. Rifle squad advancing forward, trying to go for a sticky bomb. There's 2 Panzer Grenadiers in this region.
losing ground.
And it looks like the MG place will go down. I don't think the rifle squad will get a good sticky bomb off. Yeah, looks like it's getting annihilated. Over here we do have these infrastructure push forward, does force back one Panzer Grenadier. The other Panzer Grenadier squad is likely to get forced back as well. No, he may get fully wiped out. Does retreat back both of them. And one Panzer Grenadier squad does get fully wiped out. You now have a infantry field support truck now pulling the field. Oh, this one get fully mobilized. That could have been from sticky bomb, could have been from friendly fire. And we do have a Stuart now being put on the field. We do have some sappers out as well. Flame engineers trying to set fire to the 222. Though the engineers are getting ripped apart. Engineer does go down. This other one does fall back. Oh, I just realized something as well. We've got these British forces pushing pretty far in. Sapper Piet squad does fall back. Bren squad, Bren singular squad. We're seeing quite a bit of damage right there. Let's see if notice a mortar half track rating on in as well. A mortar. The US mortar's now pushing way forward. Piet squad may get intercepted by these 222s. But I do have a Stuart here. Does drop a Piet. Does take out one 222 as well. It may get some more shots off.
Reports show the German vehicle was knocked out in that last skirmish.
Lieutenant decides to freeze in midair. This 2-2 will fall back at full health.
Hun's got us ranged.
We got multiple pinstricks deployed out by that player. He may be eyeing for Tank Hunter at the current rate. 2-2 now heading back on home. Doesn't want to deal with Stuart. And now over here, we've got these Grenadiers pushing forward. We're seeing a bit of fire from the Stuart now. And we got the music just disappearing all of a sudden.
Action is ready. Get out of here.
And now we've got just 2 pine strikes just popped right in front of us. Good damage from the Stuart. He is starting to drive away, but of course there's a little wall in his way. Does escape on out of there. You got the 222s now being pushed on forward. More sappers from Pulling Field. That will be sapper number 3. Maybe a good idea to go for some repair sappers for repairs and overhealing. The overhealing on Stuarts is pretty nice in my opinion. Good damage there on the rifle squad if they try against Garrison. We got one of the models really doesn't want to be stuck there for the rest of his life. Mortar rains some shots in there, try to go for sticky bomb. Does get a sticky bomb off of one of them. Rifle squad here needs to fall back. Over here, got the intersections pushing forward with some Piets. Piets raining on in. Senior mortar does connect with the British forces, forcing them all back. Rifle squad pushing forward. That 1-2 does go down. And this 2-2 is going to fall back now.
Just tell us what to do, son.
Mortar half track, raining some mortars. Sapper does full withdrawal now. And these forces don't have a true center for healing at the moment, nor casualty recovery. It's there. Stewart now engaging. Does receive some Pantrick shots there, down to severely low health. And repair sappers is on the way. Flaming Engineers maybe trying to repair up the Stewart as well. Friends, the Scope Arc Squad trying to get a bit of damage there. That is a mortar half track, not a light ATF track. And there goes that mortar half track. Flaming Engineers does fall back there. Repair sapper repairing away. The Stewart should have enough health to tango with the 2-2s, but does get annihilated by the repair sapper. And the Panzer squad do fall back. Penegrad receive a bit of fire there and may go down. Triangulation equipment. That is commandos.
Contact reports show the German vehicle was knocked out in that last skirmish.
So the Brit has selected commandos. Interesting. Maybe we'll see some kangaroos in the back of commandos. Probably not. Kangaroos and meme tier units. We do now have quite a bit of damage there. Bren squad needs to fall back. Does have a bit of manpower, so he could perhaps deploy out some commandos if he had the ability available. He does have Lieutenant Efficiency 2 as well. 2 does see a bit of damage there as well. This player has selected infantry doctrine, so he's going to be providing the artillery. Both of them have access to off-map artillery as well, eventually.
We can use Luftwaffe ground forces to take the fight to the enemy.
We do have now Luftwaffe ground forces available for one player. And it's the one I assumed he was going for Tank Hunter. We got these Panzer squads being forced back. Off-map power shooting raining on in. Panzer raining on in. Rifle squad engaging. We do have, I think that's a decoy 25-pounder barrage. That's a mortar. So yeah, decoy 25-pounder barrage is available, which also means a 25-pounder barrage is available. Drop Pantrick on the ground.
Territory.
And now I do have an actual 25-pounder barrage, I believe. Or maybe I'm mistaken. Yep, that's another decoy barrage. Oh yeah, decoy barrages cool down pretty quick, doesn't it? What? 20-second cooldown? A Flak Irving deployed on the field. Interesting. I don't think it's going to be very useful right now. It's overrunning him. Does get some damage there. It does go get destroyed there. I think it's better to... Oh, got more decoy barrage there. I think it's better to deploy the Flak Irvings next to a forward healing HQ, because they can't get healed by it. Not the gun itself gets repaired, but at least the crew models can get reinforced and healed up. US Mortar does receive a nice punch strike hit there. Does fall back in time, however.
A sector
Dude's
is
making their
being
advance.
overrun.
And now do have another decoy barrage raining on in. He does not have... He's almost enough munitions for a actual barrage. Corporal now blood on the field. I'm to gun down the Bren squad. And he has eventually made himself known. There's a Luftwaffe ground forces squad load up with a Pantrack. And there's quite a bit of damage there. 2-2s making their advance. There's 4 2-2s here, and another Flak Irving. That is a lot of autocannon fire.
Enemy aircraft can now be countered with double events.
These sappers may get wiped out. There's a lot of firepower pursuing them. US has one AT gun there, but there's just too many. That may be an actual artillery barrage. No, there's decoy barrage. Rapid squad advance forward. The British suit that's still alive now engaged as well. 1 2-2s, of course, have gone down. Another one may go down there, but doesn't receive any direct hits. Cromwell. No? it's not entirely a half bad item at this moment in time. They're not fighting against any armored threat. They're fighting against a lot of 2-2s and a lot of Panzerschrecks. Sure, Cromwells are vulnerable Panzerschrecks, but at least they can hit them. I'm not entirely disagree with the Cromwell. I like seeing unusual items like the Cromwell and Sherman tank. Cromwell now advancing forward. Of course, the roads there. He could potentially get some crush action as well. Does drop one of the Panzerschreck squads there. Incendiary mortar does connect.
I'm going to get right fucked in a second.
Looks like another decoy barrage there. Does see some Panzerschreck shots. Dino Blitz on out. He can't eat 2 Panzerschrecks. He, of course, has repair sappers for to give it a bit of an overheal. Blocker Irving firing away. No Florida HQ here. Is there one being pulled out? He probably should play one out there. I think it may have been spot right there, or maybe that's just more the low off ground forces getting hit. Cromwell needs to stay back and repairs. He and sappers trying to repair it up now. And there's just too many squads inside this garrison. That may be an actual barrage there. Nope, it was not. 2-2, 1-2 does go down. Cromwell and Stewart engaging. Sapper squad made it fall back as well. Locker Irving's are firing away. Over here, do you have this rifle squad advancing forward trying to engage the Kettengrad. And now we do have Tank Hunter over here as well, so no Scorched Earth. One Hetzer has one field, which will be used versus the Cromwell. If you look at the mini map, you can see that the map is pretty much split in half. You have a slight advantage when it comes to fuel income with the allies, I believe. This fuel point captured on up.
Achtung, Hetzer tank destroyer have arrived.
And now do have a 25-pounder barrage raining on in. Off map 25-pounder, I believe that is. Yes, it was. Black Irving does go down. Cromwell now getting overhealed. Another Panzerschreck squads in the region. Verbal Wind firing away as well. If you start to engage, does get some damage on the Hetzers. Rifle squad advancing forward. These forces starting to take quite a bit of damage. They all fall back. Now got more 25-pounder barrages raining on it. Probably going to not to build the flak 88 at the moment. Rifle squad does fall back as well. I do not see any M2 deployed on the field just yet. Let's see what the US player has available. Surely has enough command points for a M2. Massive abuse onto the Stuart tank. Stuart tank will like to go down to AT Hetzer. Stuart tank does go down. Look at another Panzerschreck this region. The Cromwell is still probably has his overheal available. This rifle squad has picked up Panzerschreck as well. Very important to note that. Additional Cromwell is not being pulled on the field.
Enemy unit.
And the Panzerschreck squad does fall back or goes down. The rifle squad could. They can't pick up another Panzerschreck right there. The rifle squad does fall back and does get wiped out there. They're pushing their way forward, trying to engage the Verbal Wind and well some other assets. Does roll a balance down the Verbal Wind. I didn't realize the Cromwell can bounce on Verbal Winds. Does get a pen there, trying to block the escape. His rear bar is now exposed, so we'll definitely not bounce there. Hopefully. Cromwell should be able to pursue this Verbal Wind. Main gun destroyed there. All 4 of his main guns. And but now getting distracted there and does not get the kill there. Does one angle with the Hetzer. Decides to fall back, being a safe. The overheal is now worn off on both of them. Just fall back and repair it up, which is probably a good idea. The rifle squad does fall back as well. I think that the Verbal Wind survived. Or also, it depends who you're rooting for. I like seeing Cromwells, because you don't ever see them. Rarer, the better. Just like a steak. US player saying okay, so they may be in some sort of chat lobby. One person on the microphone, the other one's not. That's just a guess, though. Mortar receiving a bit of fire. We do not have hits raining on it. Rolling some misses there. Patrick squad's trying to repair up the AT-Hetzer. Two getting some good damage there. Also, it's been negative ground for them to cross. Does get some hits on the AT-Hetzer. Only severely damaged. Doesn't get any kill. Doesn't kill it off. And now the Cromwell's on the blitz on forward. He's trying to circle around the Flak 88. I don't know if this is possible. Does roll a whiff there. Maintenance is there. There's actually a Pantrick load up on this. What's it called? On the 88 centimeter. His team is bringing some alpha power shoot there. And looks like the Pantrick does kill off the Luftwaffe ground forces. I think the Cromwell was going to go down through artillery barrage as well, so it was dead.
Reserves are now available.
But either way, the US player ensured that the Flak 8 does get securely killed. Command Cromwell here to support the regular Cromwell. Regular Cromwell received a massive hit there, but that was a really good hit there onto that group of Pantracks. Got maybe 6 kills in one shot. I see a lot of corpses there. Command tank ate some hits there, not getting repaired up by the repair sapper. Rockman squad does throw a grenade there. And now the Luftwaffe ground forces do fall back. Okay, decoy barrage. Rifle squad does fall back. They do drop a bar.
Sort yourselves out, gents.
It's sappers being blown
RAF
field.
will be providing us HQ glider support.
Probably the most rare thing to see, the HQ glider and all the assets within it. You could get out some Piet commandos. Those are cheaper than sappers with Piets, both in manpower and in especially munitions. One of the most useful thing you can deploy out of it. What do you get? Machine guns and mortars as well. Mortars are not going to be useful. I mean, just look at the US mortar. 6 kills, so got some kills. Nothing too exciting though. I cannot say what the queue time is like, but multiplayer is still available. Not sure if there's still matchmaking, but I do know custom lobbies are still available. If you want something a bit more quicker. Other people in the chat will likely be able to give you a better answer than I can. Rifleman squad seeing quite a bit damage from the auto cannons. Pantrick squad falling back. Got these forces moving their way forward. Rifleman squad does fall back. Large amount of vehicles here, that's for sure. Only the AT gun and Cromwell in the region, and the command tank. Flak Irving or Vorbeland firing away. It does have a Flak Irving behind it. Rifle squad does fall back. Sappers with a picked up bar inside the garrison. Not sure how big they are with a bar. Probably better. Like, that was a fake 25 pounder barrage. An actual ultimate power shoot now raining on in. Does get some damage to the Hetzer. And Pantrick squads are falling back now. 2-2 getting repaired on up. And the engineer sapper does go down and he drops the bar himself. Looks like this tank buster squad does find a landmine. Now they've got the rifle squad advanced forward. They could pick themselves a bar. Though I'm having trouble mousing over it, so maybe not be possible. The Luftwaffe ground force is trying to pick it up as well. And we got a frag grenade thrown. Giving the rifle squad efficiency 2. And the rifle squad's not getting ripped apart by everything in the region. Another decoy barrage, I believe, raining on it.
Victory point.
No supply yard
200 points
upgrades.
left.
You may want to eye for a supply yard upgrade. Okay, he's one for infantry, not for armor. Did I see armor in the beginning?
Enemy unit down.
Yeah, oh well. Tank Busters has gone down to the mortar team, and now the mortar team gets
Our
defeated.
forces are taking casualties.
Polishing Meagher's eyeing to push forward to capture the VP. Now I do have some Firefly and a Sherman tank. Wait, is that a Sherman 76? Yeah, he does have a Sherman 76mm upgrade as well, so
losing
Sherman
ground out
76 for Sherman Firefly, Cromwell Command Tank. So we got a bit of mixed armor for the Allies as well.
Squad, reinforced. Taking fire.
25-pounder does wipe out the Panzer Grenadier. Ultra Megas push way forward, same bit of fire there. A Rifleman squad engaging. Black Irving does go and suppress down the Rifle squad. Patrick squad's push way forward. Cromwell ate a lot of hits there. These forces being forced back. The Sherman tank has been upgraded to 50 cal. The way T-Heads are in the region, the Piet squads can chip away at them. It won't be all that great. This player, the Tank Buster player, does have 2 Pantrix as well. 25-pounder decoy barrage has been brought on in. He does not have enough munitions for a regular 25-pounder barrage. His teammate does not have enough munitions for his Hoffman power shoot either. But these squads are just getting ripped apart by all the cannon fire. Yep, PS squads who fall back, they do drop a Piet as well. And he does drop his entire squad there as well.
We've got new recruits.
The British player backing out of the game.
Ready to fight, sir.
And that British player, US player. Maybe that's a lag spike. I was seeing more notifications there, so that could have been just a lag spike. Yep, it appears to be just a lag spike, so that may have lost some squads there.
Enemy unit down.
Patrick squad does go down. We do now have a Flak
Reinforcements
88
ready to roll.
set on up. We do now have some butterfly bombs being brought on in. Sherman tank does go and sweep them with shreds. Black 88 does get a good hit there onto the Sherman tank, and the Rifle squad trying to decapture the point, but you will get ripped apart. Ooh. Sherman tank needs to fall back, taking too much hits there. AT gun set up a wrong angle. And Sherman tank does go down a little bit foolishly. He does have access to alternate combat groups, so he can get some cost-effective reinforcements, though it's a bit random when he gets out. The Rifle squad does get fully pinned there, Saturn squad's making an advance. And Flak Irving does go down to the AT gun, which is at efficiency 1 and also almost destroyed gun. Rifle squad likely to get wiped out as well. He may be lagging out again. Smear as well, we saw that 3 flag spike earlier, so his response time may be just non-existent because of it. AT gun does get fully destroyed by the Flak 88. Motion Maker squad does get forced back with all ground forces in the region. And there may have been a grenade right there. Luftwaffe ground forces get fully wiped out. Flak 88 up to 1 infantry kill, 2 vehicle kills, and additional level of veterancy. Now we've got an off-out combat group who does get out a Hellcat, a T-17, and 18 gun rifleman. All that stuff is usable. T-17 is probably the least usable in that group, but you can always just park it over by this VP to make sure it doesn't get decaptured. After all, it still will ward away all the 2-2s that made want to advance. And if he forces a Hetzer over there, that could potentially be vulnerable to a flank. Well, it's not be an area that the Hetzer could be useful at.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them. Reporting out.
E-17. Right there. Mortar hits running on in. And does spot these force advance forward. T-17 does find a good hit. Finds some good hits there. Gets some good splash damage. Pantrix advance forward. T-17 does draw the fire there. Mega destroyed. So T-17 does draw the Pantrix fire there. Decoy barrage for running on in. No, that was an actual barrage. That's the thing with he's spamming out decoy barrages, which causes opponents to assume all the barrage decoys, so he just lost a massive number of forces there. Hellcat charges way forward. Another Hetzer goes down. He does have 3 2s and 3 Panzer Grenadiers remaining, but that's quite a bit. He does lose the command Cromwell. Minor loss. Still a loss though. Rifle squad advancing forward. STG squad and FG-42 squad are right in front of him, so it's probably going to run away. But he will likely lose a squad. Yeah, somehow the rifle squad does actually escape out of there. Two Fireflies taking some pot shots on these forces. Sappers trying to make their advance. Good, it's there, and does fall back now. I think that's butterfly bombs. Yep, butterfly bombs have been called in. And they lose a sapper or two.
Armor-piercing rounds.
Armor-piercing rounds not available. Another decoy barrage being brought on in. There's a 40 HQ here. Maybe a good spot for a Flak 88. Good spot for a bunch of 222s apparently. And there goes that squad dropping both a bar and a Panzerschreck. Rifle squad now advancing down south. Do have some bars in the region. And it's probably not a good idea to pick up the mortar.
He's down to 100 points.
Another decoy barrage right there. Not a good decoy barrage, honestly.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
3 Cromwells, 2 Fireflies. Pence Grenadier squad does go down. These Pence Grenadiers getting hit by the Cromwells. Rolls a bunch of misses there. Repair Sappers are dead. But it's there on these forces as well. Another Flak 88 has been deployed, this time near the forward HQ.
A sector is being overrun.
AT gun now seeing some shots there from the Flak 88, as well as some penetrating shots. An actual barrage has been called in somewhere, but it's maybe just still on cooldown. Howdy. Rifle squad does go back there. This one's probably going to be overrun. Mortar, recruit mortar, not getting kills for the moment. And the recruit mortar does escape on out of there. I'm gonna get that repaired on up. Falchion is captured at this point. Right now, the Allies do have a significant number of tickets. The Axis player is down to minimal tickets. Got some more shots there onto the Cromwell. Bar's been picked on up. I try to push way forward. He is raiding in retaliation. And good number 222s are here, going for another Flak Irving. I don't think the Flak Irving is a good idea at this moment. More decoy barrages there. Right now, he's down. He is building too many Flak Irvings. And they're getting quickly picked off by these PS, that's for sure. And now the Flak 88 is getting overwhelmed as well. The Flak 88 is actually so useful in all these other vehicle assets. 222s are getting some good damage there as they get advanced to on negative ground there. It does lose one of the squads and fall back. This one is just Club Heroes 1. I'm not sure of Tales of Hero.
50 points. If we do not secure
We do got a bit of damage down the Flak 88. Our Rifleman squad getting ripped apart. The Rifleman squad does get annihilated.
Enemy action.
New version of Tales of Hero. This is. I'm not familiar with what that is. Sorry.
We have the ability to deploy Wirbelwind anti-aircraft guns.
King also more verbal wins. He has plenty of munitions there, so he can bring some Henschel strafing supports. Very useful in this situation. The Allies do have the VPs. The Axis players don't have a lot of VPs remaining. Does have a couple Flak 88s, which will be useful. The Henschel strafing support will be useful. Same like this, but pre-stream Steam time. Good damage there. Cromwell does go down. Are you talking about Tales of Valor? Not Tales of Heroes? Patrick has picked up by the Rifleman.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Makers receive a bit of damage there. Trying to dive in onto the VP, and looks like the tank hunter player is casting the GG. And it looks like the tank hunter player does back the game. We got the headshot straight report being brought in from these vehicles. Firefly does go down. Artillery raining on in. If we triple capture those X players, that's probably going to be game.
The enemy is attacking a petrol depot.
More artillery raining on in. And that is the end of the replay. This is Anacrid saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. That was good replay. And let's go ahead and let's go for a 1v1, and then I'll say this other 2v2 for tomorrow, which I don't think it's going to be a very pleasant one. I will take a look at it. Let's do Seminoles. How do you pronounce this? I can't pronounce any name correctly. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the right side as US Forces of Ango Jeep. Spawn on the left side as the Panzer Elite, we have Shaolin. Oh, I butchered that name like I do with all names. Kaliningrad eyeing for the fuel point, and so are the engineers. Oh, hopefully it's good then. Multiple engineers now being put on the field, a third engineer on the way. Kaliningrad to capture the fuel point. And let's design for a barracks. Kaliningrad looks like it's going for double Kaliningrad here before any Panzer Grenadiers.
Fuel depot secured.
Kaliningrad's now pushing along the flanks, capturing some of these sectors. Aiming for this fuel point. Engineers going straight for this munitions point here. With him going for this fuel point, of course we will be out of supply. At this point will need to be captured on up, which will likely be done by the Panzer Grenadiers. Munitions sector are being captured on up as well.
Fuel point captured.
Task complete. Records out and clear. Send.
Einsatzbereit.
Second squad of Panzer Grenadiers deployed on the field. Likely our riflemen. Could be Jeep on the way. Yep, riflemen. And we do have this fuel point being captured up now. Oh, he's going straight for the cutoff point here. This is going to cause a bit of problems for his opponent.
Capture the point here.
Munitions point has been captured. We will provide a handful of bullets before he... Oh, he will continue to provide bullets there because he's still... Nope, he's going to
out there.
roll around to the other side to decapture the point. Now he may roll around to the other side to decapture the point. He did take a bit of damage there. He's slowly going forward. A couple of rifleman squads push way forward. And he's going to abandon his decapturing effort. Does get some good damage on the Kaliningrad. Does fall back in time. Grenadiers now push way forward, trying to engage the engineers. The cutoff point has been captured. This munition sector down here will not provide any munitions until this point is captured. And the Panzer Grenadiers are actually eyeing for these two sectors now. Or maybe just the one Panzer Grenadier. This one will go and just stay on this cutoff point as the Kaliningrad decaptures the sector. Over here, we got the rifleman squad now advanced along the left flank. Engineers capture the high ground, the hill. And now the engineers are being pursued by the Panzer Grenadiers.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from
Panzer Grenadiers engaging the riflemen at close range. May not be good for the Panzer Grenadiers. The riflemen are behind some good cover there, and they are just running away. As the Panzer Grenadiers push way forward, this will help him even out a little bit, but of course he does have some good cover there. Panzer Grenadiers are behind some light cover there, engaging the riflemen inside the garrison. This garrison has 5 windows on the side. There's 5 models remain, so that's a good spot for the riflemen to fight from. Of course, the Panzer Grenadiers not taking a whole lot of damage at the moment.
Our work is done here. Eyes on me. Engineers, eyes and ears.
1 landmine deployed on out.
Engineers, get the piss pounded out of them.
This Panzer Grenadier squad does see a bit of fire. This Panzer Grenadier here support. Of course, engineers can't really do much versus
losing a
them.
munition
Rifleman
sector.
squad is a bit wounded down south. Kaliningrad Goron captured 2 points there. This G43 squad still securing this causeway there.
Listen up.
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
It does use suppressive fire there on one the rifle squad. One of the engineers being upgraded with a flamethrower. One that's up there, and the Panzer Grenadier squad does get forced on back. Soon to be a flamer engineer on the way here. This 3-man squad a little bit wounded. He may be on advance forward now.
Look alive, people! We got crowd infantry!
But the rifle squad ate a lot of bullets there. And they're a little bit too spicy. Kaliningrad in the back part of the map there, not capturing any points. No doctrinal locking that far as I can see.
Engineers getting hammered out here!
And he does try to get the garrison there for a brief moment, but the flamethrower says no, you want to stay out of it. And this Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. This one's even worse off in health, so may want to fall back as well. Kanigrad's also pretty wounded, so he could potentially take that out as well. But looks like he will save both. Rifleman squad is behind some heavy cover there, but so are these Panzer Grenadiers. The Incendiary Grenade has been thrown. Flame engineers advance along the flank, does not get inside the garrison there, gains some great damage. Does force back one of the squads there, needs to retarget the other one. He needs to fall back now. There's a possibility he could be wiped. But the retreat path actually goes way up there. I could have sworn the retreat path would have been this way, but good thing it did go up this way.
Rifle squad is being engaged!
Don't think, just follow fucking orders!
And this rifle squad does fall back as well. Does spot this landmine there. I wonder if he actually realized he spotted the landmine.
Losing a
The grenade has been thrown, gains some good damage there. He does go and get singed up a little bit before the squad does fall back. Right now, the Panzer player is a little bit worse for wear when it comes to field control, but he is capturing some important points like this cutoff point, deny the munitions income. This munitions point is also not captured up, so the US player only has about both of these +5 fuel point advantage at the moment right now when it comes to income. Of course, that can easily exchange hands. Rifleman squad
Eyes and ears, ladies.
is get healed up by this triage center that's being built.
And that's the ball game. Construction finished.
And there's going to be a lot of necessary blood transfusions.
Eyes on me.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from
Over here,
supply.
Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward, get a bit of damage on the rifleman.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
And also the landmine has not been swept just yet. Only detected.
We're losing a strategic sector.
Panzer Grenadiers are to capture the center of the map. Kanigrad's pushing his way forward.
Getting hammered out here!
An upgraded engineer does fall back
Losing
there.
ground out there.
Oh. And he did realize he saw that landmine and threw an incendiary grenade on top of it. Okay, very nice.
Rifle squad is being engaged!
Though it was a bit expensive way to clear it out, but at that point in time, that was the only way to clear it out. Without losing manpower and health. We do have multiple US landmines right here. I wonder when those were placed. We saw an engineer inside this garrison, so he may have been the one who placed them down. Right now, the Panzer League player has great field control right now, has both the 2 north and south munitions point, but this engineer is trying to stop that. Rifle squad's push way forward, trying to engage these Panzer Grenadiers. We may see it. Does the US player have grenades? know about incendiary grenades. This may be a good time to throw a incendiary grenade there just to get a bit of splash effect. It does fall back now. Gonna get there by these Panzer Grenadiers, but the Flame Engineers make it there to advance. And we'll get some good damage on in. One Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back, the other one will fall back as well. Both of them drop a single model. Does he have healing back home? Yes, he does. And we do have Kampfgruppe Company and the Panzer Support Command. Light half track and mortar half track. No Panzer IV C, no Hotchkiss.
Go on already!
Leningrad driving back at home. Rifleman squad will get a bit damaged on his retreat.
We
Could
must
potentially get
protect
the
our
engine.
munitions from enemy advances.
He does not get the engine. Now do you have the light TF track to blow it down the field?
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
Mortar half track does get a good hit, forcing back the rifleman. Now do you have a motor pool being put on the field? Probably for a Greyhound. Could be T-17. AT half track is highly possible as well. Not AT half track, just AT gun.
Forward supply lines are broken. The enemy is attacking a petrol depot.
Men standing by!
Fuel point being captured on up. This fuel point could be captured by the Leningrad, apparently.
Forward supply lines are broken.
And over here, I do have the Panzer Grenadiers now engaging the rifleman and does force them back pretty quickly. Mortar rained on in. We'll roll a miss.
Indomitable veteran sergeants have joined our ranks.
Veteran Sergeant, interesting. Before even a doctrine selected. Usually we see that after a doctrine's been selected.
Moving on.
Rifleman squad way over there, probably eyeing for the munitions point and or VP. One flame engineer, one regular engineer, another regular engineer right there. And the Leningrad is eyeing for the VP. Right now the US player does have a slight VP advantage, but when the VPs are captured in favor of the Panzer Elite player. Panzer Grenadier engaging, getting some damage there on the flame engineer.
We are losing ground.
Rifle squad getting a bit of damage there. And now we've got some great damage coming out on the Leningrad. Oh, I heard a landmine over here. Looks like Panzer Grenadiers do find a landmine. Riflemen fighting from heavy cover. Rifle squad and flame engineers trying to pursue these forces. This Panzer Grenadier squad just inside the garrison. This Panzer Grenadier squad is assigned for some heavy cover. He could eye for the garrison as well. It's probably not a good garrison to fight from. There's only one window on this side. You may want to get out of the garrison as soon as you can because there's a flamethrower now coming forward. So now, yep, he does get out of the garrison there. Flamethrower engineer received a bit of fire there from these Panzer Grenadiers. Does fall back. Light half track rolls on this. Where an incendiary grenade has been thrown. He only got out of the church, not necessarily fully retreat. But now he does fully retreat. Both these rifle squads are quite
The Yankees
wounded.
are grabbing our territory.
And we do got 2 command points for the Panzer Elite player. US player, let's see if he's got a doctrine at the moment. No apparent doctrine. Doesn't be pulled up by the motor pool either. He's going for sticky bombs now, very nice.
Losing ground out there.
Incendiary grenade has been thrown as well, but that was not a good incendiary grenade. Looks like none of these guys have been singed. Does fall back there.
Coming up from behind.
Engineers ready.
Get some hits there on the engineers. The fuel point has been decaptured. I would say it would be cutting off his opponent, but right now it's cutting off nothing because the Panzer Elite player has good map control at the moment. Oh, we do see something a little bit back. Is that the booby traps?
Troops can now stay
I'm having trouble. Yeah, that looks like the booby trap equipment. No, that's welding tools. Slow down so I can see the back of it. Yeah, that appears to be the welding tool, so I believe he's gone for Tank Hunter. Oh, and find some mortar from his mortar half track. Now let's take a better look at him. Yeah, that does not appear to be. That appears to be bullets. It appears to be repair stuff. So, Tank Hunter.
And is ready to be deployed.
Moving on.
Rifle squad lets that Kenigrad just drive him by. Those get sticky bomb thrown onto it, so it may go down here. Yep. And to get a bit of fire on this one here, the engine was damaged by his own mortar half track. Rifleman squad may see a bit of fire from these Panzergrenadiers. And this rifle squad does fall back now. These two rifle squads push away for Panzergrenadiers. Quick fight for some heavy cover there.
Available to aid our worthy cause.
Jaeger Command's not available. He may be eyeing for Panther research at the moment.
We are losing ground.
Got multiple points being catch up north. There's also a landmine here for the US player as well.
Ready to move out.
Task complete.
Ready for mission orders.
Now we can take a better look. Yeah, that's definitely going to be Tank Hunter. Oh, and nope, that was just the repair ability onto it, not from it. Panzergrenadiers engaged by the riflemen. This one does get flanked a little bit as well. This one's just sort of skirting around. The G43 squad took a lot of free hits there, but not a whole lot of damage. This rifle squad's running Fetcher C1, doesn't have Bar's research at the moment. Nor does he is getting any research at the moment. Grenade has been thrown. No Greyhound. Supply yard level 1 upgrade, that's where his field went. This rifle squad does fall back there. And this Panzergrenadier does stick to supply cover there now. He's going to try and decapture the central VP. You've got the Kenigrad on to bully them around. Let's stay out of their range though. This Panzergrenadier squad try to advance in forward, but probably will get forced away. We do have another squad up here. It is a flame engineer. They can quickly clear out this garrison. He does go ahead and abandon the garrison before he gets cleared out. Engineers receive a bit of fire there. Rifle squad's making their advance. Maybe I'm for a grenade? I don't know why. It just seems like a lot of situations could call for a grenade. So we could see incendiary grenade. And actually there is a frag grenade there. So he does have frag grenade research. And we do got another sticky bomb right there as well. And there goes the other Kenigrad. So no longer has repairs from the Kenigrad anymore, and does have a forward HQ here as well. And there is a teller mine deployed right there. This is a mortar half track.
Engineers, good to go.
The teller mines could be very useful.
57mm at your service.
Unknown doctrine selected. Weapon support centers, maybe I'm for some snipers. A MG or mortar wouldn't be half bad this moment in time as well. A lot of heavy cover there. These Panzergrenadiers not being super mobile. They're relying a lot of heavy cover, which is, of course, a good way to fight. But, of course, mortars can help displace that. I'm guessing he could go for a 30 cal to help lock down some areas, but we all know he's going for a sniper or a 5. Sniper now being deployed on out in the field.
Engineer squad ready.
Flame engineers not deploying on landmine there.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply. Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
This point is being captured on up. Flame engineers push way forward as well. The Panzergrenadiers do see a bit of fire there as well. These engineers making their advance, but of course the Panzergrenadiers should be able to displace them. US sniper now deployed on the field. Mortar half track against advance. Rifle squad engineers in this region. Still some plenty of landmines on the field. Over here, I've got this rifle squad advancing forward.
Initiating defensive operations.
Defensive operations, so he has access to offensive power right now, and eventually the M2s. Over here, this rifle squad is seeing a bit of fire from the Panzergrenadiers.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, and that Panzer Grenadier fully gets wiped out.
Looking order. Engineer ready and waiting.
A grenade has been thrown over here. The Sharp Squad does fall back. Looks like the grenade didn't roll too much. Maybe those mortar hits there, I heard. Sniper does get his first shot there. Rifle Squad makes his advance.
Rifle squad.
Does get a bit of damage there. He may be eyeing forward for a sticky bomb. Is that sticky bomb researched? Panthers have been researched. Doesn't appear he have a sticky bomb research at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't appear his sticky bombs have been researched. He does have plenty of munitions for them, however. He's just trying to decapture the point. Unsuccessful. Frag grenade thrown. Does get a good hit there. Does ban Garrison's time. And does get reinforced. And that one model decides to be on the other side of the church. Jumps out the window rather than come out the door like a normal person.
Listen up.
57 mil at your service.
Squad under fire!
Crew!
AT gun does fall back there.
Ready for orders. Crew, look alive.
Another 57mm on the field. So now there's 3 of them. The mortar half-track still pose a pretty sizable threat to them.
Squad under fire!
AT responding.
He is slowly creeping back on the road. So he could try just barraging, do his own manual creeping barrage of the mortar half-track. Panther pushing way forward, trying to get a bit of fire onto these rifling squad. Slowly whittles them down. Rifle squad making his advance. Does force back this Panzer Grenadier. Another AT gun in this region. He has 2 over here as well.
Ready.
The rifle squad does not engage this rifleman squad, Panzer Grenadier. Good hit there by the light T half track. And this rifle squad does fall back now.
Drawing fire from their armor.
57 millimeter at your service.
Rifleman squad does fall back there. Do got this Panzer Grenadier still moving around. This rifle squad trying to eye to capture up this. Oh, this cutoff point decapture the cutting grass as denies that munitions income. AT gun still taking some pot shots. Over here got AT gun trying to engage these 2 Panthers. Of course, outnumbered. Mortar half track providing some fire support as well. Rifle squad's eyeing for some sticky bombs. Does not get sticky bombs there, nor over here.
Artillery support is now available.
M2s can now be deployed on the field. He's got a bit of resources stock caught up. Got 1 M2 now being built. He has 3 engineers back at home. This rifle squad is a bit of fire there. Both these squads do fall back now. And this rifle squad does get pinned by the G43s. This Panzer Grenadier squad is pushed way forward, trying to get a bit of damage there. M2 now deployed on the field.
Engineers. Eyes and ears, ladies.
Now allow them to reach that mortar half-track if needed.
Forces are
And
taking
that rifle squad does get
losing
wiped
the
out by
sector.
2 STG squads. Does fall back both of them now. Just level 1 production at the moment.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
It's a little bit quiet at the moment, and I realized I really should have gone to the restroom before I started this replay. So I'm just going to make a nice wide zoom here as I quickly use the restroom, so hopefully you guys don't miss much.
Munitions point under attack. We can now support rapid deployment.
Sniper deployed.
Get your ass to cover, you idiot! Point is ours. Let's take lock it down.
Sorry about that. That's where you gotta go, you gotta go. As I got that M2 Howitzer barrage in this sector. A bit of damage there onto the HQ. It's almost destroyed. Rifle squad does get forced back over there. That's rifle squad engaging. Got 2 AT guns and now 2 snipers out on the field.
Get this done. Point is ours. We'll say we lock it down.
Right now the Panzer player is got 4 times 4 Panzer Grenadiers. That's the 4-man squad upgrade. Very nice. Over here, these 2 engineers advancing forward. 1 flamer, 1 unupgraded. And I wonder, has this teller mine over here have been found? Nope, the teller mine's still there. That could be very important in the future. Rifle squad does get forced back there. A 4-man STG squad is very effective. He will go and take time to repair the Kettlegrad while the Kettlegrads capture up the VP. Flame engineers advancing on forward with the regular engineers in tow.
Send your orders.
Kampfgruppe Leer can The now enemy is use seizing our armor-piercing rounds. territory.
Armor piercing rounds now available. Unit damage right there.
It is only when we work together with Zeal as the Third Empire's war machine. Kampfgruppe Leer
Zeal's
losing
now
and
available.
destroy the
Panthers
enemy.
are full health. You may see some AT guns shooting them. Got the flame engineers. We'll see a bit of fire there. Does fall back. Get some shots there. I think I hear the M2 trying to hit the Panthers, maybe. Oh, this flame engineer is a full back.
Kampfgruppe Leer
Does get fully
proven
wiped out there.
superiority once again.
He is also sitting on top of a telemine that may not be good. Mortar half track and light half track this region. So this telemine could get detonated by the M2. Over here, got the STG squad trying to overrun. Does get suppressed there by the bars. And he does throw a grenade there. Does get a bit of friendly fire damage. The AT gun may want to fall back. Artillery still is just running right there. Trying to hit the last known location of the mortar half track and roll some misses there. Rifle squad does capture the munitions sector. G43 squad does suppress him. It looks like not all the models are firing there. This is the other G43 squad, so lucky he was only firing, lacking a G43 right there. Snipers pushing his way
We have
forward.
eliminated the enemy once more.
Wait. I guess a mortar may have hit that one. I was wondering, like, it just looks like he just sort of just passed away. Probably from dysentery. AT guns set on up. We do have this rifle squad falling back as well.
Was ist los?
There's some AT gun shots there, hitting the Panther. It does have its rear arm exposed. AT gun has been fully repaired, not healed. And SCG squad does overrun the rifle squad there. Oh. I wonder if you had all 4 models alive, he could have grabbed himself a free AT gun. But right now, he's at pop cap. That's destroyed there. And he doesn't really need it. Has 2 Panthers and a good amount of the supporting units. We now have another US landmine being deployed on out. Very nice. These ones have been blown up.
Ready to move out.
Got this one capturing this one up. This one may have received a howitzer barrage there. Now with the 2 snipers creeping his way forward, trying to pick off some Panzer Grenadiers. Though, gotta be careful on the Panthers. Sometimes they just get direct hits. Oh, and looks like these guys have been reviewed by the teller mine. So I think that may have been out of range of the fog of war, not cinematic.
Panzer.
So he may not realize he spotted them.
Available to eliminate enemy armor.
Assuming if these guys run over it, they don't get spotted. Yep, it looks like they don't get spotted. Can reveal camouflage, but just can't reveal them to the enemy. Or to you. Panthers firing away against the damage there. 2 snipers have been revealed. Rifle squad seeing quite a bit of fire there. Frag grenade thrown by the rifle squad does force him back. Gets a bit damage there. M2 howitzer barrage running in. Gets 2 direct hits there on the Panthers.
Attention. The enemy advances. The enemy has managed to eliminate the half-track.
Ooh, and the half-track received a direct hit there as well. That was a pretty good barrage. Gets some good damage on the Panthers and takes the mortar half-track. The mortar half-track is one of the biggest threats to the US player at the moment, able to deny the AT guns from existing. Ally mine does see a bit of splash damage there. There's also the US landmine undetonated. And its rifle squad does get forced back by the 222. More mortars raining on
The
in.
enemy and reduces 300 points.
Oh, there's another mortar half-track.
Enemy forces are
Was it the light
attacking
half-track? The
petrol
mortar half-track
depot.
that went down there. That may have been the light half-track. Unless he had 2 mortar half-tracks. Can't remember. We do have a Funkwagen now deployed on the field. He I just siphon off some of his fuel, but got an AT gun. Gets direct hit there, so he's seeing it. But doesn't realize he's seen it as well. And also going to fly a Goliath there to overrun that AT gun, so he probably did realize he's seen it. Engineers now engaging the STG squad. The STG squad
They've lost a
does
unit.
get wiped out. Goliath advancing forward, trying to overrun the AT gun. AT gun rolls a miss. Got the 1 carbine defense model there, and destroys AT gun entirely. Teller mine has been detonated there. I wonder if you realize he detonated Teller mine.
They have us right.
And there goes that Kittengrad. Not realizing if what if you realize this one has spoiled some Teller mines? What if you realize what doctrine his opponent's gone for? He probably would realize by looking at the back of the Kittengrad. Same way we can spot that. But Teller mines is something whether or not your opponent does or just doesn't go for them. He's been spending a lot of munitions on incendiary grenades, so he's probably his idea he's been spending a lot of munitions like that way, but still has quite a bit of float. Yep, you can use Goliath as Panzer lead. It was successful at destroying the AT gun, which he purposely deployed the Goliath against. And this is the thing with, well, with Tank Hunter, you don't have any massive doctrinal munitions sink like Henschel strafing support or strafing support or any artillery barrages. So you tend to float a lot of munitions. You can going for a Tank Hunter means you can use all your fun munitions abilities, such as deploying out Goliaths, or getting a munitions half-track to deploy out landmines, or you get out a your Panzer Grenadiers to deploy out some landmines. Goliaths are frowned upon because they're cloak bug. True, but in that case, he didn't use the cloak bug. It was not cloaked the entire time, so that's probably a legitimate way of using them. Rifle squad does see a bit of damage there. It looks like it is the US player is eyeing for a landmine on that little choke point. And the US player is eyeing for more landmines. In this case, he does have a munitions sink of the Optimal Parachute, which he does still have enough munitions for. More landmines being pulled up by these riflemen.
57mm at your service.
Is that number 4? Wait, yeah, that's number 4 in AT guns. That's maybe a little bit overkill. He does have supply yard level 2. He actually doesn't have a whole lot of fuel at the moment. Is he aiming for just like off-map combat groups? Oh, there goes that 2-2. Apparently 2 landmines can take out a 2-2 like that. Is that carcass enough for now to block movement? Possible. And no, I can still see like the cover indicator there.
Losing a munition sector.
Panzer Grenadiers decapturing that munitions point now. Rifle squad does have bars now research. Snipers now giving some fire support. So the rifle squad getting ripped apart by the Panthers. course, got some AT guns here. M2 is raining on some barrages over here as well. Funkwagen in this region.
They're trying to push me out. Sniper taking fire.
Incendiary mortar does connect with these snipers, forcing them back.
Goddamn rifle.
Frag grenade's been thrown and does force back the Panzer Grenadiers.
They're going after one of our munitions points.
Did that round just go to space? I love how this game relies more on accuracy than scatter, and sometimes just rounds just want to go to space. After all, who doesn't want to go to space? After all, I played Portal 2. I do agree with the Space Corps that we should go to space.
57
And I
millimeter
wonder if that was anyone to get that reference.
57 here.
Or wonder why the hell did I say that reference?
Tank ready.
We do now have a 2-2 now pulled on the field to support out the Panthers. AT gun throws roll
Look
of
alive,
bounce.
crew.
We're taking fire here. Ready.
Let's get some more bounces there. Rifleman squad making that advance. Snipers pushing way forward. Both from Veteran C1. Got 6 kills and 7 kills. Panzer Grenadiers sprinting their way forward. Receiving a couple of sniper shots there and decides to sprint away. More bounces there, but the Panther has took a bit of a beating.
Anti-tank crew here.
He's actually pushing forward now. He's taking an opportunity to decrease the distance there. Finds a landmine there with the
Enemy unit
2-2.
attack.
Takes out by another AT gun. The AT gun does get decrewed there. You may want to get these rifle squad to capture the AT gun to fire, but he's going for a sticky bomb there. There's a Goliath here. I see some fire there. Goliath just right now being used as a big explosive landmine, not being detected at the moment. More shots there.
Regiment has heavy infantry reserves.
Rangers can now be called on in. Rangers at this point in time probably wouldn't be half bad. Okay, does put the Funkwagen there. The Goliath now push away forward.
Enemy unit down.
And there goes both those snipers. That's something I may want to clip. Clip. Sticky bomb does connect, and the Funkwagen does stay alive. Oh. Is that frowned upon? Goliath killing off 2 snipers?
Engineers. Eyes and ears.
I think the US player is really frowning upon that.
57 mil at your service.
We have the sniper reporting.
Another US sniper squad on the field, and there's going to be another one out coming on out as well. Our squads, of course, need a bit of healing. Does have a bit of a manpower reserve. He's probably approaching enough command points for the offensive combat groups. Panzer Grenadiers are seeing a bit of fire there. Does get suppressed there by the rifleman. And frag grenade's been thrown. Ooh, good frag grenade there to wipe him out. Another SCG squad advancing forward, but likely it will not wipe out the rifleman. He probably will get some good damage onto him, however.
Army's finest here.
Rifleman capturing up the VP. Now got 2 snipers advancing on forward.
Lock it down.
They're losing a munitions sector.
VP has been captured on up. Mortars raining on in. Another landmine being built. Right now, there is a triple capture of VPs in favor of the US player, but the Panzer player does have an advantage. But that advantage will rapidly decrease. M2 raining on in, getting some hits there onto the church, making it extra holy.
Engineers getting hammered out here.
Wait, how is that church not going down? Oh, because there's already holes there. There we go. Down a panel to break him down.
We're losing ground out there.
There we go. Got a nice little sunroof.
AT here.
We're all reinforced.
Engineer squad under
He's
fire.
taking time to repair up the AT guns. Very nice. Right now he does have 4 out in the field.
What are my coordinates?
The M2, that one vehicle kill is at half track and has killed off 2 infantry units since then. Nothing too significant though. Additional engineers being put on the field. He's eyeing for a 3rd engineer.
They're going after a fuel
What are my
point. One of ours.
Rifleman squad advancing forward. Does roll
The enemy
a
stands
pen
at
there with the
300
AT gun.
points.
Trying to hit the mortar half track with a sticky bomb. And I do hear, oh, a landmine detonation there by the incendiary mortar. And the perfect forward, sticky bomb does connect. Goliath is now pushed straight forward. He may have spotted the Goliath right there. Goliath trying to play around the buildings. SDG squad push way forward and hit these Rifleman squad. You do hear fire support. Goliath right there does camouflage. And a grenade has been thrown. Does get out of the garrison,
Taking one of
falls
our
back.
points.
Drops one of the models with a grenade. Up here we do have the G43 squad advancing forward. Rifle squad engaging as well. Incendiary grenade has been thrown, getting some good damage there on the AT gun. You may want to fall back to the treehouse until they get healed up. Get those burn wounds patched up and bandaged up primarily.
AT squad under fire!
Goes off that carcass there. Goliath
Losing ground
is
out
moving its way forward. Having trouble going around a fence. Does fall back there. Telemine's still alive.
Enemy unit down.
He camoed it, but he has camoed it a couple times, but not necessarily.
put some
Then they
fear
get
into it.
uncamoed. I don't
Reinforcements
see any
available.
lingering bug with the camo at the moment.
Crew, look alive.
Anti-tank ready.
Rifle squad advancing forward. Getting a bit of damage there onto the defense grenadier.
Pay attention!
Grenade's been thrown. Does roll a miss. And now the Panthers may get one more shot on retreat, but probably won't get a model. Yep.
Let's put some fear into him.
Just tell us where to drop it.
Artillery raining on in. We do have the rare Jagdpanther now pulled on the field.
Meeting resistance!
He will need those AT guns he has. He does still have 4 of them alive. More landmines have been built.
Fucking get out of here!
And now looks the rifle squad may find the scout car.
Follow fucking order!
Visual does fall back. Rifleman eyeing for the BP now.
We got heavy armor moving on us!
Here, some sort of machine gun fire. It's from the Panther right here. Trying to get some more hits there on the 2-2. 2-2's being pursued quite well. Trying to lay down some landmines here, but it's getting interrupted. Landmine was not fully built. Does lose the engineer. Does cancel landmine. And the rifle squad is falling back as well. Good, it's there.
What are my coordinates?
Hey,
Rifle squad trying to go for sticky bomb there on the Panther, but will not be successful.
sniper reporting.
Panther, Panther still alive, full health, not really getting shots off. He may not be aware if it's actually alive at the moment. Nope. Howdy, I just saw your Rumble comment.
57
AT guns
At your service.
still plenty fine. We got the 2 Panthers in the region, and now the mortar half-track makes advance. Rifle squad advancing forward as well, trying to get another landmine, but not been successful laying down landmines in this region.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, something went
Front lines
down.
are collapsing.
Looks like that Funkwagen does go down. Nothing much, you? And that mortar half-track does see some AT gun fire. One does connect, one does roll a miss. Next volley. One hit, one miss.
Infantry
Again,
squad
if they
lost.
would have one hit, then he would have been... If they both hit, he would have been dead.
At your service.
Oh, and looks like that incendiary mortar does decrew the AT gun and blows up the landmine. And the AT gun itself is actually getting almost destroyed by the incendiary mortar. It does get destroyed by the incendiary mortar.
Enemy unit down.
And 222 does get destroyed by the M1 AT gun. AT gun finds some shots there onto the Jagdpanther. That's going to push forward, engaging the rifleman. Rifleman squad receiving a bit of fire there. He does fall back nice and early. AT gun shots are hitting, or the Jagdpanther is getting some good hits on the AT gun. About to destroy the gun. That's not destroying the gun, that's destroying the road. And he does activate sprint right there, which will allow him to
Weapon crew
sprint up,
reporting
quickly
casualties.
decrew it. The Jagdpanther does not roll a death crit there. I'm currently streaming the 5 location: Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and Twitter, or X now it's known as. I'm streaming the 5 locations at once. I think my chat's muted. The chat window does
supply
not
lines are being
translate over to my
Enemy
chat
unit
window on the
down.
left or to my right, depending how I'm looking at it on how you guys see it. Because Rumble is not a part of the Restream IO, so it does not automatically send the chat into the comment window to my that's on the screen. Sorry, there's nothing much I can do there.
Engineer ready and waiting.
Really wish if Rumble was part of the Restream IO service, that would be great. But that may result in Rumble needing to make more. Have to do something with the streaming how the chat's displayed in order to be translated over.
enemy is
Some sort
down
of
to 200
technical update to the website, which Rumble still needs a bit of that, in my opinion. For example, there's a lot of analytics stuff that's very useful on YouTube that's simply not available on Rumble. Like, how many viewers are on certain videos, or how many viewers are like it per week, for example. I don't think there is even that capability. You can watch the Twitter stream. I think I have in the description. Yep, I do see in the description of the Rumble comment. Do have the Incendiary Mortar does take out the AT gun there. The Rifleman squad does get pinned down by the Panzer Grenadier, and the Rifle squad's going to throw a grenade in return, but does go ahead and get interrupted. I do like Rumble. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to live streamer viewership, I get my live streams on Rumble do the best of all the platforms. I get most viewership on YouTube when it comes to videos. Twitter has, or Twitch has probably the biggest platform in terms of live streams, and Twitter sort of just is there. And Kick, I'm just trying to sort of be there,
Forces are taking casualties.
just so in case of Twitch doesn't work out all too well, because Twitch is a little bit volatile when it comes to the upper management, let's just say.
We're all reinforced.
We got a bit of damage there on the mortar half-track, starting to fall back. It wouldn't surprise me when it comes to Rumble. I may be one of the top rated or top channels that have the most uploaded content. I know the Rumble stats third-party website doesn't have me updated, but the hand calculations may suggest I may be top 10 in most uploaded hours and minutes on Rumble. But that's just a theory. Hello Mine's almost destroyed, so loose mortar shot could blow it up, and as well as everything nearby. Sniper gets a shot there. Try and hit one of these units, maybe trying to hit the mortar over there. Got some M2 howitzer barrages raining on in. Rifleman squad up north. We do have this engineer as well. We do now have the Kettengrad repairing up the Jagdpanther, and he will repair it up the engine shortly. There we go. Now the Jagdpanther is fully repaired by the Kettengrad.
Rifle squad.
And they're firing some shots there onto the Rifleman.
Shit! Try and fire from their
Rifle squad does fall back there. Engineer up here. Mortar half-track firing away somewhere over here. Is Telemine still here? If not, oh, Telemine does get blown up by the mortar half-track. So I'm pretty sure Telemines can be blown up by the M1AT guns, which will basically instantly destroy it. So a little bit of a shame that the US player couldn't find it like that. I don't think the US player has deployed out a single vehicle the entire game, not even a Greyhound. And I don't consider AT guns vehicles. Even though Company Heroes 1, it is more or less classified as a vehicle. Rifleman squad received quite a bit of damage right there. 2-2 should be able to force him back. Jagdpanther does engage the machine gun he likely got from off-map combat group. Probably the mortar as well.
Casualties being reported.
Rifle squad does go down. He does have a lot of manpower stored up, so he should be able to get more off-map combat groups. AT gun lining up a shot there. Seeker bomb does connect. Damage and crit there. More bounces there. Panthers push way forward. Incendiary mortar does connect, and look at the spread of the incendiary effect there. Usually it's pretty wide, but that was pretty tight, so it burnt up very quickly. The two now sprint blitzing his way forward, but the sniper is just trying to sneak away. Mortar will go down. Vertical will go down. Off-road combat group is now available. This place has one AT gun live somewhere. The snipers, that sniper
Our forces are
gets
taking
crushed.
casualties.
And this other sniper looks like will go down, though the 2-2's hitting the Panthers, preventing the shots from hitting the sniper. It does take out the other sniper as well. Off-map combat group has been put on the field, does consult with Hellcat. 30 cal and 2 riflemen. 30 cal is not really useful in this situation. He could try throwing it along the flanks, so that's about it. Hellcat will be useful, though needs more of them, so it's actually not that great. They're good in large numbers, not good in small numbers. After all, one no small cat will have trouble versus 3 big cats.
Look sharp, Rifleman.
Rifleman squad now and trying to gauge the Panzer Grenadiers. Let's see, you want to start streaming only on Twitter. Is that possible? Yes. It is possible to stream to Twitter. A good streaming software will probably be OBS. It's open broadcast software. It is an open source, free to use recording software. There goes the 30 cal and the Rifleman squad. Soon got engine crit there on the Jagdpanther. Rifle squad getting hit significantly. We may see more sticky bombs to the Panther, Jagdpanther.
Enemy unit down.
The two now hitting the engineers are a little exposed. More shots there, another sticky bomb there. I think he's just throwing away the Jagdpanther. He does have quite a bit of resources stockpiled up. Going for non-Panthers will probably be a good idea. As much as I want to say losing the Jagdpanther is a good idea, it's still something you don't really want to do. Incendiary mortar does connect right there, keeps the units for the Rifleman.
Dropping as we hit 100 points.
It may be a good idea. There we go, Panzer IV-C. He needs to free up population space. The Jagdpanther is a bit more of a specialist, not really more of a generalist. Panthers are better at generalist roles than the Jagdpanther. So that will free up some population space to get some more Panzer IV-Cs. We do have another off-map combat group to get out of Greyhound. No, that is a manly built Greyhound because it doesn't have the 50 cal on top. So he's manly built out a Greyhound there. He's out of AT guns at the moment. Nope, never mind. He just got another AT gun picked up there. And another one right there. I'm not sure why I'm so blind. And the Jagdpanther carcass will go down.
Out of supply.
How can you find streams on Twitter? I am not exactly sure. I mostly just stream to Twitter just because I have just try to find more platforms. I don't really use Twitter that much, and I have very, very little engagement on Twitter. I more just stream it there just to have a presence. I am not on Twitter whatsoever.
Just listen to that engine purr.
Painkiller here.
Hellcat and Greyhound down south. We got two Hell Panthers here. Vet 3 Mortar Half Track. STG squad making their advance. The Panzer player has a large reserve of resources. Mortar Half Track, maybe going a little bit too far forward. Very vulnerable to the AT gun, so this one does get decrewed by the STG squad. And now we have the armor skirts for the Panzer IV-C. Now going for the MG as well. He's trying to hit the engineer, trying to capture this point. The Panzer player does not have a whole lot of VPs remaining, so he needs to get this point recaptured as soon as he can.
The enemy is weakening even now.
This point's being captured up as well. Panthers, a little bit wounded, nothing too significant. We've seen some hits there. Kettengrad does go down. Greyhound advancing forward, trying to overrun the mortar half track. He may get the kill. And now got some 2-2s along the flank, and maybe we're gonna be able to plant a 2-2 up here, just so that area doesn't get just flanked or captured by a single squad. Panzer IV-C could also do that as well. That's a VTuber model that I had commissioned for
The
me.
enemy is weakening even now.
We do now have the Greyhound going on down. Panzer IV-C does go and get some shots there. Not going to set on up. We're seeing some AT gun shots there. And does go down to the AT guns. Two Panthers firing away. Focusing fire on this one AT gun here. This one is out of angle. You can see here it's sort of blocked by this building. So now I'm going to hit this one here. Let's see. I think I commissioned it. It cost me... if you want one, you're probably going to pay a good one. You're probably going to pay a couple hundred at least. If you want to look around, Fiverr is probably a good spot for if you want an eye for a commission. You can probably find some existing ones on some other sites, or you can get one custom like I did. Technically, I have 3. The first one, I'm like, oh, it looks like a mix of like Fallout New Vegas, as long as it looks like a bit of myself. And then people said it started looking like Hitler, so I figured I should move on. Then I found a 3D one, not totally satisfied that one, and so I then found a good artist to get me this current one, which I really am satisfied with. Also, I made it more Mongol style because I like the Mongols from Age of Empires 4.
Americans are seizing
The
territory from us.
The problem is, as well, there's more artists that can do 2D models rather than 3D models. It seems like not many of them are willing. When they use 3D models, are mostly meant for VR chat, in which trying to run that in conjunction with other games is too intensive on a computer right now for me. It's also because VR chat, any sort of VR related assets is a bit more intensive than, say, a regular 2D one. And 2D stuff can look pretty nice, like this one. Panzer IV-C, another one has been deployed in the field, going for the armor skirts and the MG42. Those roll and miss there has been deployed on out. AT guns way over here and here. This one has been recruited, eyeing for a shot. Plenty of vision to take that one on. Mortar half track advancing on forward.
Incoming fire! Under fire! Say again!
Good shots there onto the Panzer
The
IV.
enemy is attempting to seize a fuel point from us.
Panthers advancing on forward, getting a bit of damage. Good hit there onto the M1 AT gun. And there goes that AT gun. This one is still alive. These Panthers, this one is close to being not alive. And now we do have the mortar hatchet falling back. Kettengrad may see a bit of fire there, and does see a lot of fire there. Damage is a crit there. The Panzer player doesn't have a whole lot of VPs remaining. You have to make sure it's fine if this gets decaptured. You have to make sure it doesn't get fully captured. Though this point up here has been decaptured as well, so now his tickets are counting down. Damage right there on the mortar half track.
Into our might.
Panther is getting some skirmishing damage there. Panther 2 trying to hit this backline Panther. This mortar half track now seeing a bit of fire there from the rifleman. Maybe not at the moment. I'm satisfied with what I have at the moment. Oh, there goes the Panzer 4C. There goes the mortar half track as well.
Heavy Panzer ready.
There's another off-map combat group. May have been called on in, maybe not. Just player SDG squad gets good damage there. Does get this point recaptured, so the VPs have been stabilized. Over here, Panther, plenty of health for the moment. AT gun is going to try to change that. We got enough manpower for another off-map combat group. Another off-map combat group called in, and oh boy, that is a good one. We do now have 2 fresh Hellcats.
And good to go.
Also, the one previously does have a Greyhound. Doesn't have his other Greyhound still alive. And a Rifleman to boot. So that's a really good one. Bit damage on the Panther. 30 cal now firing away. Of course, it won't do much versus Panther. Panther still needs some repairs. Both of them do. But now these Hellcats can charge and forward. They may be able to finish off these wounded Panthers.
Ground out there.
Small cats are making their way forward with Doggo as well. Okay, that's enough of that joke. Both these Panthers are severely wounded. Hellcats, this is bad angle for them. They both have the rear frontal armor. The Greyhound could try drawing the fire. The Hellcats try to flank around. Greyhound now seeing some fire. 52 does see some fire as well. Maybe just picking off the 2-2 would be nice. The Tellermine there that was there's been long dead. Fresh AT heads from our point of view. It does eat a N2 howitzer shot. Rolls a miss there with the Hellcat. This Greyhound's still back here. AT Hetzer having trouble firing. See the bounce there. Looks the Hellcat's falling back. This Hellcat's just running camouflage, ready to engage. AT gun in the region as well. We do have now the STG squad seeing to fire.
We have a secured sector under attack.
And do was it an AT grenade? He did have, I think he just threw 2 AT grenades there, getting a bit damage to the Greyhound. Hellcat does roll a bounce there. Panther's almost dead. AT gun may find another shot. Doesn't mind them find another shot there. There's a line of sight block there. Rifleman squad does see a shot there. Hellcat rolls and miss. Hellcat has very little health remaining. Panther's gun's still functional. Main gun destroyed there, so no longer is main gun working, but this Panther is healthy. But does take out that Panther. Main gun destroyed a crit there. It does get a sticky bomb off as well onto it.
Our forces are taking casualties.
Only get a gun and killed crit there, and that's usually a separate crit entirely. So its engine's still working, its gun's still working. And now the Panther is moving around with Efficiency 3. Looks like there's a shot there. Hellcat firing away. This one's severely wounded. Efficiency 1. Rolls a bounce there. This one will likely go down. Destroyed engine crit there. Sticky bomb may connect. May get destroyed a crit there. Sticky bomb will not connect. Greyhound still alive,
Casualties being reported.
but not
Light mechanized here.
by much. Rifleman squad does fall back. This one does get burned up a little bit.
The enemy is down to 25 points.
This player has pushed this one down a little bit. Does receive damage and crit there. I think from the incendiary mortar
Where we at?
effect. Was that still lingering around, or was it from the small arms fire? The armor skirts. He must got a lucky pin through the armored skirts. He's going for AT grenades. No, maybe that was a incendiary grenade, but either way, the Greyhound's down. The Panzer player is still counting down. He needs something to decapture this point. He does have this force here. And now do have another Hellcat, Rifleman, and another 30 cal mortar. 30 cal can be useful to protect his VPs that he capture. And the mortar. They have some, but not a whole lot. But the Hellcat does have some good use. One Panther on the field, one Mortar half-track. Not a lot of resources remaining. And the Hetzer actually went down. I think N2 Howitzer Barrage Mate took it out. A lot of carcasses here. There's the Hetzer. Maybe it was that Hellcat that took it out? It was a bit more wounded when I saw him running away. Panzer do sprint around, Rifleman throw a grenade. Blows up one of the models there, the other one gets gunned down by the 30 cal, and the last one will likely get gunned down. They have a foolish loss there. Mortar trying to decap the point.
Territory. The enemy has fallen to 200 points. Enemy must be further injured.
He has 5 command points remaining, or available. He should be able to get all of his doctrines. What's left of it. 30 cal firing away against the Panzer Grenadier.
The enemy is impacted.
He is trying to dogpound the VP, trying to bleed him, get his opponent down to 0. He only has a small bit of amount to work with, needs to work with. I can't really speak right now for some odd reason. Ooh! And M2 connects to the building, destroying it. He could go for armor-piercing rounds onto the mortar half-track. I think he maybe is going for that. Does get some good damage there. Mobilized mortar half-track there. STG squad advancing forward is the Assault Grenadier Heavy Infantry. He's playing munitions. Oh, there goes the mortar half-track to the Hellcat. AT grenades. AT grenade rolls and miss there. But actually maybe got an AoE splash hit there. The Panzer AT grenades are not accurate whatsoever. There's a reason why people don't use them. Ain't gonna short the crit there. And it looks like that Kenigrad does go and stop the movement there of the Panther a little bit. Does maintain the VP being captured. Sticky Bomb does connect the Kenigrad. You can use a Bergantiga there to get that recovered, along with all these other carcasses. Now it's maybe time for a Bergantiga. US player, I'm reinforce and heal on up. Let's see now. Does of course have the level 2 supply yard. He's about 1 minute, a little over 1 minute more manpower to get out another off my comic group.
Battery here.
105 is. I just realized something. That's.
Battery commander here.
Sorry, that reminds me of one of the War Thunder YouTubers, like Philly Daily, I think it was. That voice just really sounds like him. I think there's a channel known as Squire who uses him as a voice actor for a lot of parodies of various different stuff, like how to invade a country. I suppose that's one way to hit 30 cal. Use the AT grenades. Wait, does it not have ×2 Panzerschreck? Does it not have access to ×2 AT grenades, or was the one model in the back trying to get the hit there? Because I only saw one AT grenade. Wait, how much could that 30 cal take? I'm so used to Couple Heroes 2, where it's 2 shots to basically take something
We have a
out
secure
like
sector
that.
under attack.
Observation post, we've seen a bit of fire there. There's off my comic group. Does get another Hellcat. 2 more riflemen. That's good. 30 cal does have some limited use, especially if you just want to send up some units over here. He's actually forced to station a garrison over here, I guess. There's a G43 squad and STG squad in this region. M2 eyeing for shots onto this VP.
MG here. Eyes on me. People.
STG squad receive a bit of fire there from the rifleman. And Hellcat finds a Telemite. He does have double Panzerschreck. And there goes that Hellcat. Oh, the Panzer Elite player dealt with it pretty easily. Rifleman squad. Bit of damage there. This Rifleman squad now engages this Panzerschreck squad there. Destroys the carcass. Off a power shoot raining on in. Does get one of the squads there. He does the Assault Grenadier Heavy Infantry, which is why it's called them Heavy Assault Grenadiers. That seems like a much better name than Assault Grenadier Heavy Infantry. We do now have another tunnel mine right there. Rifle squad is sticky bomb. Central VP has been captured, which makes the Panzer League player starts counting down. And because this point fully captured up, he will
Casualties being reported.
probably win outright. Gets interrupted. Kenigrad could not be captured in time.
We are losing a victory.
He needs to get this
point.
one quickly captured back on up. I'm not sure what these guys are currently doing. And this is game points interrupted, and that's probably going to be game.
We have a threat to our victory point.
And that is game. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So, seeing how late it is for me, that's probably going to be my last replay tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good